boy.
I'm so sad that wasn't the first thing recorded.
Okay.
We'll forget about that joke, unfortunately.
No.
I got it.
So, you guys are...
No! Michael!
Michael, why?
You monster!
To be fair, it's the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
As all things must be.
So, you
I don't
guys...
think so. But...
No, I don't either. You guys have just finished talking with the captain. And other things. You've reported the area and like, hey, there's where the bandits, and here's evidence of the bandit activity. But they got fucked up by some cultists, and you've told him all this and shown him. You're now leaving, going to base in town. He said he'll catch up with you guys if he needs anything. But they have a group coming, so they can search this place safely. Basically, where you've already handled the situation. So, you made your way for the rest of the day and hit the next town over. You have one more day's of travel, and we'll get to home. You'll get to base in town first, like about midday. It's enough that I don't necessarily have to do a random encounter for the day, for the traveling, but we can try it, and if it's something you guys want to engage in, we can do it that way. And it's a way to get information about the town before you actually get there.
I'm down to climb the dice.
Yeah.
Yes, same, because we all collectively need to remember, because I feel like somebody has forgotten at some point. Darwin can't go in any temples in this town.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
I've been told to be careful about entering temples.
Especially as we get closer to the capital.
Oh, yeah.
He's
that
been
was
told
thing.
to be very careful about holy places.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm sorry. This hasn't come up in a long time.
Damn, we shouldn't have told remanded God about the thing.
I was just reminding everyone, because I knew we were coming up on a religious city, and I'm like, there's going to be temples all over the place, and we don't need the problems.
We don't have a reason to go into a lot of temples unless one of us dies or there's one to Ishmael.
Also, Lord Vanderith is a person.
Yes.
Also, we need to find people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is it now Thursday?
Yes. Mark off the money for however you guys wanted to stay. It's 15 for the big rooms, 10 for the one, and then 5 for the small. Or you can pack up and sleep in the car for free.
I take expensive.
Cool.
I've gone click on Mark.
All right. In that case, then you guys are going to be moving. It's going to be real quick. You leave at 8. You're going to get there at noon. It's only 4 hours. So we'll go ahead and roll for if somebody wants to. Wait, let me get it up again.
Great!
Oh, wow.
You're just
See,
in time.
Topo.
I thought you were
Fashionably
better
ready.
than that, considering you.
I sent that message at Chipotle.
Oh.
Gross Chipotle.
Who would ever?
I need to eat
I would
it
never.
for 10. Alright, rolling D100.
Actually, because I think you've done it a couple times. And
Okay.
stuff. Sadie, would you like to roll?
You don't have to. You don't want to.
Oh shit!
100?
What?
Nope, that's 10.
That's
Oh, damn.
Is it?
yeah.
I'll have to check.
Because it's
100 is
double
0,
zeros.
0, 0.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh, it's the barbarian water.
Who'd have thought?
The anger hits water.
It's a skeleton, though.
High in calcium.
So you used to be a barbarian?
If Darwin and Beck performed the fusion dance.
So,
Or you can just remove Beck's skin.
early in the
Yeah, no,
morning.
just peel back, it'll be fine.
Early in the morning, I would say like an hour after leaving the next town, heading on the way to Basin Town. Again, it's very busy. You guys are on the Gur. You passing a number of things. You pass by a campsite that has been packing up, and they're about to head off again. It is a 2-person team. An older gentleman wearing some very nice finery clothes, though they've worked to see some travel wear. Some of the felt has been worn thin. Some of the color is faded. And then a much younger woman, dressed pretty modestly, with an apron, is helping him pack up. based on the... Actually, no, I'll make that like an insight check. You can tell this is a merchant traveling. They have on the side of their cart the name of their company. The Maurice in family, importers and exporters.
Is Maurice spelled as you would expect? Okay.
As they're passing and like just finishing up, you guys are neck and neck, and he looks at you and goes, "Hi, trailers.
Howdy.
Oh,
How are you all?"
we're doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, quite good, quite good. Me and my daughter are packing up here, about to hit the road again. We're gonna head off, but I still have the shop open. Would you guys like to take a look at any of my goods?
Well, absolutely.
Sure.
And he pulls down like a lever, and the door of the wagon, half of it flips down, half of it flips up, and you can see a number of goods, just lining shelves and placements. It's all decently well organized and tightly packed. There's a couple swords and such. There's cabinets with glass windows, so you can see inside. There's jars of things. There's also home goods and other things. It seems to be a kit and caboodle of oddities and interesting things. Anything you want, I bet you I have it.
What do you got?
Oh, what do you want?
Okay, well, hear me out. So, I'm a budding alchemist. Do you have a oil press, kind of like the one that we did the troll oil with back in?
Oh, like the actual
Yeah.
mechanical thing. I think I do, and he goes and whelms in and brings out another device. And you look at it and you recognize it. It is a different piece of alchemical equipment. And he goes, "I don't have what you have, but I definitely have this." And he starts explaining what it is, and it's kind of a standard piece of equipment, though it does look quite nice if used, and probably hasn't been cleaned. Now, I can't get what you want, but I will sell you this for a fair price.
Which is?
3 gold.
Can I tell what this piece of equipment is?
It's worth about 2.5, 3 gold. It is an honest, fair price.
I'll take it.
Can I insight check him?
Go ahead.
While Sparky's talking to him, can I just kind of look through and peruse the wares, see if there's anything terribly interesting?
Sure thing.
10.
Yeah, it's a fair price, and he seems to be just trying to make a fair deal.
Is that perception or investigation?
If you want to climb up and like root through it, it's investigation.
Sure.
Otherwise, it's okay. Oh, by the way, they're human. You can take a extra piece of alchemical equipment. Should something happen to your alchemical set, you can now use it to repair it.
Cool.
23.
You look through a lot of the shelves, looking at things. Everything's meticulously labeled and moved and pushed, and they are not fakes or anything like that. They're labeled quite truly, like this is a longsword, and has a little bit of flair to it, but it is definitely a longsword, and it's priced fairly. You also find alchemical agreements that you've helped buy with Sparky before, and they're priced about what you expect them to be within range. You find basically it's a lot of mundane stuff. Some interesting trinkets here and there, but nothing really expensive.
Okay. Could I pick up navigator's tools from this?
He does have a set of navigator's tools. They're well used, but you can definitely get them, and
But
they
still
go.
functional?
Yes.
Cool.
Everything in his looks to be secondhand, to be
Okay.
a true nature of it. Well used, well oiled.
And then does he have any, like, just spices? Cooking?
He
seasonings
does
and
have a
stuff?
few, but nothing abstract or different.
I'm just re-upping the supply.
He has a slight premium on them because he can't keep as much spices
Right.
as other people. So that will be 3 gold for the spices, which traditionally you would pay 2. The navigator's tools, I believe, are 45, but you can pull it straight from the player's handbook.
Yeah, let me go check.
Would you happen to have anything describing the fauna of the Empire?
Oh, I do have some books here, and he goes and pulls up another one of the tiny cabinets, and there's a set of 4 books there. And he goes, let's see. He pulls out one like this. and it's actually a pristine copy. And he goes, Botwood's Botany of the Empire. Everything you need to know for the Inner Empire and its edible plants, poisonous plants, and other such. Anything you need to know, right here. And he checks the thing. It's a first edition, too.
How much?
This would be 20 gold.
Okay.
It's 25 on Navigator's Boots.
There you go.
I thought he asked for fauna.
Oh, that's animals.
That's
You're right.
That's animals.
Switch that.
Wow!
Instead of botany, it's bestiary.
Yep.
Yeah. So 20.
I'll take the botany one because I want the poisons.
No, I changed it. Damn.
He doesn't have
It
both.
changed before your eyes. I'm just gonna put animal book.
Peels off the
He-
front cover.
He blows the dust off of it, and now it says something different, like that one Simpsons bit.
That one.
Tell him not to summon anything. He seems like a very friendly guy. He's just interested in selling some goods, but it's mostly used goods and household items. There's a few, like, he's got a dagger or two, he's got a longsword or so, but, like, he's no armorist.
Do you? This is a stretch. Do you have a battering ram?
Do I have a battering ram?
You are the battering ram.
Did you want the short sword plus
think-
one? Or?
They're like 35 pounds.
I know what they are.
You can hold on.
I think I do.
Just want to make sure.
And he goes to the
Really
back,
has it.
Yeah.
and you hear, like, a scrunchle and a rump, and there's, like, and, like, things falling down, and a little bit of a swear, and he comes back out. And he's got what is obviously once was a piece of the inside of the car. That he's wrapped in rope very hastily and tied. But it does have two handles, and it looks like nice knot work. So, like, it has two handles that you can use to swing. And it is cracked at the top. So nice and sparking. It's like, this is a good, solid oak timber beam. I bet you can use as a battering ram to your heart's content. It may not last as long, but I think it'll do the job for you.
How much?
Whatever's, I believe they are 15 gold or something like that. I'll let you go for 10 gold.
Oh, insight.
Go ahead.
It's all stolen goods. He's just trying to get rid of them.
He's actually quite easy to read. So with a 16, you can kind of look past his facade, and there's not much else there. He's really concerned about just making a good, fair deal, but he always wants to make the sale. So he gives very fair prices, but he also will always say yes.
Alright. There you go.
Okay. Oh, okay.
There you go. You can put oak battering ram, or just battering ram.
Which direction you folks coming from?
Here you go.
Basin temp.
Anything interesting
Oh,
happening
wait,
up
I
that
have
way?
strong.
That thing weighs more than you.
I have strong.
Yeah,
Oh.
right now Sparky's
Yeah,
strong.
he's as strong as me.
Oh, you wearing the gauntlet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
as strong
wow.
as the two of you.
Slightly weaker. But
Oh, let's see. Not too much. It's about every day, every normal things. Anything in particular you want to know about? My daughter's a little bit more on the up and up. Abigail? And she turns, she comes around the corner. She was finishing packing up.
She's not the first Abigail we've met.
Shit, is she?
It's a common name.
It's a common name, no. And it was like all the way back to Rawhide.
It's the same Abigail.
Different Abigail. Yeah.
Just wondering what's happening up in Basin Town. We're heading that way.
Oh, okay.
It's on fire.
Is it your first time going?
It is, yeah. Anything we should know? Any good places to stay?
Any places to avoid?
The pier at night can get a little dangerous. Unlike, it doesn't operate all hours. It operates with the tide of all the fishermen going in and out. So in the middle of the night, it can be a kind of a place for unscrupulous people to hang out. But the town's split up into two sections, fundamentally. And so if you want to go to
I'm kind of
the Temple District, head to the west. And if you want to head to the Tiefling part of town, it's basically all over the eastern portion. You'll notice it's got a big wall. You have to go to the main entrance. It's in kind of the middle of the city.
Alright.
I pulled up portable rams that are actually worth only 4 gold.
He sells it for 2.
Oh, cool. Add 8 gold.
I was just thinking 15 cents expensive.
Not much else, you know. We're in the middle of the semester, so there's a lot of people in right now.
There a school up there?
Lots, all the temples, each one training the acolytes. It's it's the largest conglomerate of temples outside of the capital city and the empire.
So is there a temple to Ishmael?
Might be. It's not a god I'm familiar with. Sorry, it's not really my thing. I normally, you know, if I have to go, I go to Volk and pass over my coins and move on.
What god is that? Sorry, what?
God of commerce. And merchants. Actually starts with a W.
Yeah, I thought I didn't know if you were using.
No, it's Vilwoken. Valakeen.
Joaquin.
Valakeen.
Walking Phoenix.
But I do the W as a V. So it's a Valkeen. Goddess of wealth and investment. Proprietor of investors, merchants, and accountants. So, but yeah, no. If any town has a temple, it'll be this one.
All right.
There's a lot of diversity there, so don't be surprised if you see some, you know, people of shapes and sizes you don't normally. All people kind of travel around and come here.
I love that he's telling us this.
I mean, we're not the worst about normalcy or diversity.
It's also just like, hey, this is a diverse town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
Do we know the king's rep of Basin Town?
We know one of them is the guy that.
Well, one of them's the guy we're supposed to talk to for Darwin, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You've heard the other
name
one.
of the other one.
You've gotten it before. It was actually on the first day.
Delilah.
Yeah, Delilah Vernice.
Yeah.
Lady Delilah Vernice.
The Trouts.
It's right here. Basin Town King's Reps. Lady Delilah Vernice. Lord Bandwidth.
What do you mean, the Trouts?
The Trouts was the Bards group. Don't forget
That's what's
them.
the bard.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring them up periodically.
They are spreading our legend. That's their whole job now as background characters.
I thought you were referencing like,
Just
like
a
that's
one-off
that's
replay.
the last name of a character I gave you. You're like, I don't remember that. Oh.
Nobody remembered Theory Becker either.
That's
I did.
true.
I did.
Well, because there was a podcast I listened to where like, don't we know a Becker?
Oh,
When we were talking about, when you guys were talking about Brecker,
Oh.
it was Theory. That
that makes
someone
sense.
was saying.
General Brecker just has a gnome cousin that he doesn't talk to.
Or about.
They're spelled differently. Just putting that out there.
They are. One has an R.
Well, it's also one is CH and one is CK. Brecker and Breckar.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Yep. So you know the King's Reps.
Cool.
As far as you know, there's two. She can confirm that with you. That way. Like, are these the two? And like, yeah, those are the two.
anything we should know about either of the King's Rep? We actually have business with them.
Really? Oh, I can't say I've met either.
Best place to find them.
Lady Venice, you'll find her at the King's Hall. She represents the Temple Districts. She's a cleric herself. Though left to devote herself to the city and more civilian life. Lord Bandwidth, I don't know much about. He sticks to the Tiefling District.
Which is
The one that's
east
walled
west.
That one's east.
Okay. Would the temple and the temples were west?
Yep.
Okay.
The Temple District is known as Murakai. Sorry, Murakai. Meraki.
Merc.
Any rumors about them? What's the word on the street?
Oh, I hear Lady is very nice. She was able to bring a lot of the temples together to work cooperatively, and she's been a good, strong hand in the past decade or so. She's been King's Lab, from what I understand. Keep everybody in line, but keeping the city running and stuff.
She an elected official?
She is. They're both, actually.
Gotcha.
Though Bandwidth has been... Him and the Bandwidth family have been King's Lab for generations, from what I understand. But they're not the original.
Gotcha.
But they hold a lot of power in there, from what I understand. I think he also owns land there and other things. He's wealthy independently. But Lady Venice is very, very nice, from what I remember.
Other than that, any prominent figures we should know about?
Let's see. There's, I guess, one. I mean, there's dozens of temples, and the heads of each of those temples, depending if you belong to the religion, probably are important. But I'll leave that up to you finding them. They should be pretty accessible for the most part. The other one is in the Auxiliary Guild. The guildmaster there is also the emissary of the Tritons that live in the lake.
There are Tritons in the lake.
Sorry, what's a Triton?
Yeah, what's the...
They're like a merfolk. They live underwater and were the original denizens of the lake. We have a treaty with them. And so we'll have free commerce. And
Has Goodmar ever encountered Triton?
No.
You're from a desert.
In the desert.
Yeah, but I've been to the ocean.
I don't think any of us would have encountered it.
Is that what you meant
Except
by
maybe-
diverse? The Titans
That's
specifically? Or?
part of it, but not exclusively. But she's a Triton, but she's also the emissary, kind of ambassador to her people. They help keep the population of the fish and the lakes maintained and healthy. And
Are they a friendly enough lot?
oh yeah, no, we do good trade with them. There's not much they want that we have, and there's not much they have that we want. But we both like fish, and so we cooperate in that kind of angle.
That's fair.
You got a map of the town, perhaps?
I don't, but they are available.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the name of the Triton emissary?
Does she? She's not a guild member. Oh, that's a high level. God, I've done 2018.
Wow.
Nice.
You guys are knowledgeable.
They gotta make those sales!
Elizabeth Shorewaves.
Elizabeth Shore.
Shorewaves.
Shorewaves, okay. I once ran a party that was all Tritons. Underwater. I had to relearn how to make D&D.
But if you're guild members, that you can go talk to her.
Probably will.
Or another. We'll be there for a while.
Oh, is there a druid circle in there?
Not in the town, but close by. I would say within a couple days' journey. But we normally don't go to the woods too much. But they'll come and maintain periodically and such. But no, there's no forestry resources inside the city.
Okay.
Is there a particular reason you guys don't go in the is it like you specifically that don't go in the forest, or like in general people don't go in the forest around there?
It's more of a respect thing. They maintain the forest and such, and we get all our wood imported from other cities to make our buildings and such.
They get their space.
Mm-hmm.
Quick Michael question. We all collectively rolled kind of garbage on Red Goblin check, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
seem pretty knowledgeable. Do you know
Do
anything?
you know?
And you already know about Tritons, which we didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about Red Goblins?
I didn't know goblins came in red.
Do I know anything about Red Goblins as it would pertain to history and the Empire?
You can give me a roll with advantage.
Oh yeah, because you can now access your entire backlog.
Oh, you might want to share that with the table real quick.
Oh yeah, did I not?
No.
Is that one of the pieces I left
Oh,
out?
that must
Nope.
have been an after hours.
It was an after hours thing.
So another thing that Darwin received when you went to hell
Oh yeah.
I can do.
was he gained the information for the Empire's history, all 1800 years of it. However, not all at once. Like, it was fresh for a little bit, then it started to fade. I can make checks to remember it at advantage.
That's dope as shit.
Nice.
It's super cool.
Just the freaking fire hose of knowledge.
I imagine it's like you have a book, and you can open the book to certain pages, but you can't
Yeah.
see the whole book at once.
It's like
Like, I mean,
directly
you'd
to
be
where your
so
ears
good
used
at
to
like
be.
the hereditary like trivia games they have in pubs. I was like,
So now you
who
know.
was this count in 1653?
And then he gives the right answer, but history says it's wrong.
Yeah, I'm so good at it that like people have forgotten and
Like
rewritten.
1500 years ago, they're just like, it was this. I'm like, are you sure we have this? No, that's the second son. The first one ruled for the like 4 days. Then he died. Then he took over.
Physics just abducts you for an afternoon.
I love the idea of like, as far as everyone's concerned, it goes from the 16th to the 17th, and no one's quite sure why. It's because the 16th had pneumonia when he came in and died 4 days later.
So, what would you roll?
Oh, that's a good point. What did I roll?
15 and 2.
That's 23.
That's high enough to get something.
Yeah.
You do know that. So your knowledge pertain exclusively to the Empire and its history. That's enough to know that red goblins do not exist in the Empire.
Like they just haven't existed in the Empire for like.
There has been no like they were here and wiped out. There was no they came in. There was no they were made. There was no they were born. They don't exist in the Empire. As far as history is concerned.
We know they exist in the Alliance lands.
And Darwin just kind of like thinks for a second. He's like, red goblins just aren't were never a thing in the Empire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Must only be up north.
There's more north.
There's so much more north.
They're actually a lot.
I thought this was the north.
There's more north. It gets colder.
There's Norther.
So, Darwin, with your massive
South
brain,
got colder.
can I ask you a
Colder.
question pertaining to the Empire?
I'm interested as well.
Yeah. Sure. Fancy myself a bit of a historian.
How do kobolds pertain to the Empire at large?
Oh snap!
Go ahead.
Alice's eyes darting back and forth.
It's not a.
Wow, that was
Great
straight
roll.
garbage.
Yeah.
Is it a 1?
It's a 1 and an
it's a
8.
1 and an 8.
But it with advantage, so he takes the 8.
Yeah.
Why you can't make him re-roll the 1?
So that is a 16.
Okay.
There are kobolds in the Empire.
That, because you slightly knew the information already, you get another deep dump when it comes to the dragon calling. And you get the kind of basic knowledge that, like, hey, tieflings, sorry, not tieflings, kobolds worshipped, or at the very least served, a number of dragons, both good and bad. Before the calling, a lot of them, just because of the evilness of those chromatic dragons, served the chromatic dragons. When the calling started, they were the first targets. You remember, you've been told this before, but basically, a 16 is good enough to get a full read-down of like everything about the dragon calling, how they became children's folk tales, and stuff like that again. And you do know that basically from the calling, into the calling till now, kobolds, especially in the outer regions, are considered mythic and fairy tales. The greater empire. Especially to the north and especially to the coast. And the closer you get to the center, though, maybe not people, but educated individual know kobolds exist. And they probably still do. Though from the Empire's standpoint, knowledge of where the colonies exist are few and far between. I would say 16 is good enough to know about the kobolds that are working directly with the Empire and Stulben. And because you already know about it, you instantly recall. It's weird, you're getting recall of like all your Richmont knowledge, but it's like super fresh in your mind right now. But you feel like there's more there, but you're just getting kind of like some pretty unique stuff, like the fact that like, hey, these guys think they're folk tales and stuff. While these around here, they probably know they're real, especially if you're in the higher echelons.
And
But-
what's their opinion of them?
The information that you were given was not editorial. It was objective.
Okay.
So it told you, like, this guy followed this guy, and you know how long in between, and who was whose son, and stuff like that, according to the official records and stuff.
Do any of those official records, though, have any pro or con koboldy things in them? Like, kill on sight.
A
Give
lot of them
cookies.
would have to do with... They all get drowned out by the dragon calling,
Okay.
which was a period of about 120 years where all dragons would kill on sight, if able. And kobolds were included in that. And that was rescinded several decades after the last kobold was sighted.
That's because we got really good at hiding.
I love the idea that there's like this weird middle ground in between like the people who know kobolds existed and the people who think they're fairy tales. The people who know kobolds existed but think that they're all gone now officially. And there's just like legends of like kobolds hiding in the woods and things like that.
Holy shit! One of these days we're gonna run into a scholar that comes up to me and is like, "Are you a kobold? I thought you were extinct."
Well, now you are.
It's like, I am the last of my kind. Gonna 100% help you with that deception check.
Sparky would love to find someone who's excited about kobolds as he is.
We can definitely
Sparky
move
is
that
his
up.
own best cheerleader. And I'm here for it.
I think we're going to have to head out. Thank you so much for trading with us, and I know my father would trade with you all day, but we do have a deadline to hit. Well, personal goal to hit to Stuhlburn.
Very well.
Pleasure meeting you.
Have a great day, you all.
You should go down your path.
Yankee, let's go. And she kicks
I'm
up
sorry,
the
they're
Yankee.
donkey. The donkey is named Yankee.
Bye, Yankee. Bye.
Friend Doodle.
Or however donkeys go.
they brag.
The bread. Yeah, I try to do it.
It's just kind of screaming.
Yeah, it's a scream.
It's just screaming.
And just like
Say
And
bye,
it-
Roger.
it goes oddly slow because it's just one donkey.
Yeah,
There you go.
Donkey.
Yes, there we go.
we're donkeying.
I do a great donkey and I do a great pig.
Nice. Oh wow, that is a good pig.
I doubt that came up on the microphone. That was
I hope it
super
didn't.
quiet.
It was a quiet pig. It was a classy
The
pig.
donkey sounds like
My monkey is not quiet.
Same.
If your monkey's quiet, you're doing it wrong.
So, you guys head out, and over the next 4 hours, eventually, the area actually goes slightly downward as you're going into a basin. It's not a
Basin town.
Basins are traditionally surrounded by mountains. These aren't. They're surrounded by hills. This is more of a depression that goes for a very large amount of space,
So it's a Great Depression.
to a degree.
Okay, you can stop with the puns now.
I'm shutting up.
But you can see off in the distance when you're 30 minutes out, the horizon suddenly becomes flat as you're looking out on a great lake. You guys do know this. This is great. This is a lake, Eldridge, named for the first emperor, or the emperors, because they are all named Eldridge.
Are they still all named Eldridge?
Yes, it is a continuous family line. By a few minutes away, you really start getting, from a top-down view, the city of Basin Town. And Basin Town really is split into two major districts. From this slightly advantage point, you're just above the city, not quite aerial, you're not ages over it,
Like
but
on
you can
Napoleon.
you can very much see to your left is a walled city, tightly packed with a lot of very nice, not very good houses. like townhouses road with terracotta roofs and such. Usually 3-4 stories tall, made of, and they have that exposed like wooden beam and white plaster and stuff, and very nice, very quaint. Heavily packed together, though definitely pockets where you can see town squares exist or bigger buildings exist, and very much so walled. And you can just see the gatehouse, and it's in the middle of the city. To your right, as you're coming in, you can see just towering temples. These things are architecturally marvels, where things are held up and are at impossible angles and look too thin to support the things that they are. Some things are legitimately floating, and other things, and they come in just a tremendous array of styles and buildings and stuff. It's impossible to tell from this distance, as none of you are true clerics, to like, that's my god or something like that. It's a menagerie, and they're all beautiful and amazing. And even from this distance, you can see the masses of people walking in the streets, so the streets you can see. But before then, as you're cresting this hill to your right, on the way into the basin town, from the eastern Gur, you all pass a large, somber temple, surrounded by a truly massive graveyard. A tall iron fence covered in thick black ivy surrounds the entire grounds. But as you pass, so it's big, tall iron with a lot of ivy, but you can see through it and stuff like that. As you're going past, several large black dogs of various breeds, from on the larger side, Great Danes, Wolfhounds, Goldens, Labs, Mastiffs.
Roddies.
Mm-hmm. Though all larger, even though they are large breed, they are all slightly larger than normal, have begun to keep pace with your cart, and they seem to be kind of tripping over themselves. And they're all black, and more than just coat. They have black eyes, and if you look at them, shadows whisk off of them. And they are somewhat incorporeal, because as they climb over each other, they sometimes kind of go through each other. And they're just like following and pacing with you and sniffing the air. And they seem playful and curious. They sniff the air often in your direction. Could I get an... Yeah,
We've seen one of these before.
you have. No, you didn't get to see him. I said he existed, but you didn't get to see him.
Oh, that's a fair point. Okay.
Curse you after hours.
Could I just get an insight roll and animal handling check?
For everyone?
From everyone, or?
Up to 5 or 4. I know you have animal handling, so like you can do 4 insight. Okay. You can do 4 of each.
I will
Everyone
look
can
through the
roll.
bestiary that I just got!
Everyone can do everything.
Bitch.
Give me an intelligence check. You're not good at looking things up.
Right, so this is like a wolf.
A wolf thing.
It's the closest thing to a wolf
One.
that you've seen.
Animal handling, and what was the other one?
It's an elephant.
Insight.
Insight. Okay.
Yeah, insight or animal handling.
They are the same
Insight.
mod for me.
Either or.
Okay, never mind. I thought you said do both.
No. I'm letting the whole table roll.
I misunderstood. I rolled 2 dice.
What you get?
3 doggies.
Dogs.
Elephants.
10.
Cool. And which one?
Insight.
Insight.
Non-natural 20
Yeah.
insight.
Insight. Yes. Elephants.
I got a 15 insight, but I could make it better.
I'm gonna say
It's good enough. They're dogs.
Gumar is stupid, but not that stupid. He's like, elephants!
Wait.
And then you just get the rest of the time is finding the right one. You never quite get there because you just got this book.
Yeah.
And like you don't know anything about indexes.
You've forgotten about that dog, the wolves we've already fought.
You don't know the order of the common alphabet, so you don't know which way to go from elephant.
You're getting
I assume I knew the order for the Draconic alphabet.
You're getting really confused because that's a Rottweiler, that's a Great Pyrenees, and that's a Newfie.
And they're all like solid black.
Which is fun because Great Pyrenees are not traditionally black.
very
They are
black.
white dogs.
Yep.
So it was Samoyeds.
And I'm just like,
Oh, Samoyed.
they're not wolves, okay.
Samoyeds are jerks. So are chows, but both of them would fit well here.
Oh, that goes. You and a 10 I say they're being pretty obvious with them, so yeah, 10 would also work. They seem very interested in Darwin.
Yeah.
God.
You can tell
damn
that
it.
they are playful. They are like calling to him, and some of them are like whining, and they're like, come here, come closer, like here, come on.
Are they getting close to us?
They are stuck behind a gate, an
they're
iron.
behind a thing.
Yep. But there are gates, like, every about 20 feet. They're very closely, maybe not 20 feet, but no, there's a gate like every 40 feet or so. Unlocked, easily openable, but they don't seem to push them open, even ones that are partially open. They stay on the border.
Darwin looks slightly uncomfortable with all of the dogs.
Darwin, you're seeing this, right?
I'm seeing this. I'm not liking this. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Hear me
wow.
out.
Is this the Temple of the Silent
You
Lady?
have spare bones, yeah.
You can make a litigation check.
I do, but I was planning on using them.
Oh,
At some
Because
point.
wait a minute, we've been to a Silent Lady temple before.
You have.
And I'm not even. I haven't.
Do
even,
I know
like,
if they're like fascinated in me for the obvious
Do
reason,
they want
or
to eat him, or
Yeah.
is it because he's dead?
With your insight checks, no, they don't want to eat you. They want you to come closer.
14.
This is a temple to the Silent Lady. You recognize some of the temple on the hill, which is obviously the temple. This is a graveyard, which means it's a cemetery attached to a temple. Yes, this is for the Silent Lady. You recognize some of the iconography and the ironwork, as well as just the temple itself.
you mind if we pull
Fucking the
over for a
vibe.
second?
Yeah, no, I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Are we adopting a doggy?
I don't
Let's throw him to the
think we're
hounds.
gonna take him with us.
Don't
but
think these are ours.
Yeah, I feel like we could say hi. We could look for a dog though. You desperately want one.
I
I
rolled a
I'm
nat
sure
one to
Raptors
get that
using us.
3, so I love the idea that like I haven't even noticed they're ghost dogs.
We got a lot of dogs.
It's just like, oh hey, they got a bunch of dogs.
It's to stop grave robbers, clearly.
Yeah.
You think there's dogs?
Those are elephants, back.
I'm gonna hop off and
I don't know what
approach
these
the
are.
fence.
Yeah, I think we pull off the road.
Okay.
Hey, little guy, how's it going?
They will all like come up to your chest or something. They're big dogs.
Oh, we're taller than.
They're taller
Yeah.
than most of the party.
Yep. And they just, but they're all just like,
Yeah.
and they just like some of them are trying to lick you through the fence and stuff like
If,
that.
if I test one of the nearby gates, is it locked?
No, they don't have locks on them. They flow freely. There's just, it's a iron fence for mostly aesthetic
If they
reasons.
start eating me, don't come get me. On
Okay.
that side.
As you go inside, one or two kind of looks over in your direction and like they smell and they just like, okay, and they go back to, they're really interested in Darwin.
I'll go over so that I'm opposite the fence to Darwin.
You having a hard time getting close. They are packed in.
Okay, cool.
But
But they're not doing anything now that I'm
No.
here.
they are very interested in Darwin.
Can I touch them?
Yeah, they're corporeal.
Okay.
When you touch them, they're oddly cold.
Okay. Does it feel like fur?
Oh yeah, it feels like you
Okay.
feel the fur and stuff like that, and the shadows falling off of them kind of move as you, like, they respond to the air currents and stuff.
I'm gonna attempt a speak with animals.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Dogs are like,
Friend?
You need something with me?
Yeah,
Is
you
it-
should, you should come in. You shouldn't be out there. You should come in. Come on.
I'm not gonna do anything funny, right?
No, you should come in.
They think
This is
you're
important.
dead.
Alright, I'm gonna trust you
he
here.
is dead.
But like actually though.
Darwin, wait. We did say you should be careful going on to Holy Land. We just had this conversation.
But God really wants me to.
These dogs.
Can I roll to see if it's okay for me to,
Give me
to
insight.
enter?
Oh,
Temple of the
that's that.
Silent- Temple of the Silent Lady might be good.
Or not, because he's perverting the natural order.
Not
He didn't do it.
It's true,
Yeah.
he didn't do it.
Yeah, roll me either insight or what'd you do? History, I guess.
I would do history then. That's a
It's double digits.
24.
How has she in the past felt about unwilling undead?
All clerics are iffy about undead to a degree, but that's usually because they are been forcibly made. You're literally taking somebody who doesn't want to be alive, forcing them back, at least part of them, because that's what fuels the magics, and forcing them to be alive. It's considered mercy to put out undead. It was slightly different.
Yeah.
you are willing, to a degree. You are your own person. But they'll still smell undead on you. And you feel like being undead, if you go into consecrated ground, as always, ground that has been affected by the hollow spell to some degrees, you might have some trouble if it's specifically targeting undead. But you do know, now that you history check, very few temples have this, outside of like inner chambers and stuff like that, places where like the public don't go. Entering a chapel or like the front doors and stuff like that, fine. Especially the grounds should be okay. Very few places of that, because hollow is not cheap, so only parts that feel need to be defended are hollowed.
Like
and then
places with sacred texts. would
Yeah.
be-
vaults, chambers, rooms with mystical artifacts.
Maybe the mausoleum with the saints, but not everybody else.
Yeah.
The bank vault of Joaquin.
Yeah.
Super. But yeah, basically, you need to look out for places of hollowness. This graveyard is not such.
Alright, I enter.
As you enter, they start like pushing you from behind with like their nuzzles and stuff, and some of them like kind of take like a tiny nip out of your like sleeve and just start pulling you along.
Right?
And they're just like really encouraging you to go like a couple feet.
I'm a passenger here.
Good more follow.
Yeah, we're all tailing.
All right, you guys are just like 5 feet behind this pack of black dogs, trailing black smoke, and you go up a couple rows, and you can see this is one a beautiful graveyard, meticulously
Are we gonna
maintained.
go to your grave?
Oh my god.
You go about 3 rows up, and this is kind of a slightly newer section. You were just coming in, and it looks like the more busy places are closer to the city, so you're kind of a distance away. You find a fresh grave. It doesn't have a headstone right now, but it's obviously like, hey, this was just done. The shovel's still there. And they're like pulling you in.
No.
And
No.
Just, they start like especially as they get closer, they're like really trying to push you in. Could I get a strength saving throw?
If we see this, can we try to help stop him from being pushed into a grave?
How would you help? You can.
I am a
By
paladin.
grabbing him?
He's surrounded by dogs in all 5 feet area. You would have to.
Can
Is
I
it 10
jump
feet?
into the grave and become a bear?
To
Yeah,
block
that's a
the
thing.
grave, yeah.
Cool. Still give me the save, but something else will happen.
You have a plus 2.
Oh, you do have a plus 2.
Oh, that's a 25.
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll take a 61 if you allow.
61? What?
Oh, that's a 19.
Gotcha. Yeah, you don't lose your balance at all.
Right? Nope. Still alive, as weird as it sounds.
They're just like, you hear them talking like, come on, lay down, lay down, lay down,
No.
come on.
Come on, let's
Come
go.
on.
Go to sleep.
You see, I won't
I love them.
pass on if I go down there. I'll just be covered in dirt and annoyed.
That's correct. That's correct.
Right now.
For purpose of the recording, Bray just brought up Winnie the Pooh stuck in Rabbit's Hole.
It's not getting in the grave. It's not my time.
We need him. We need.
Suddenly, like one of the bigger mastiffs is just laying down on your feet and just like, come on, do go, and just like, thump. And just they just want you to lay down. They really want you to lay, preferably in the grave, but they'll.
They will not let you up again if you lay down.
They are surrounding you and just like, come on, let's go, let's lay down, let's lay down.
This is
come
the
on.
friendliest hostage negotiation I've ever been a part of.
We're all like, we
Time
can't
to
do anything
airlift
here.
Darwin.
Yeah.
Sparky is going to
Governor,
look
we're going
off,
to the temple.
look off into the middle distance and say,
Yeah, you might need to go get a cleric.
"Are there people digging up graves over there?"
Give me a deception.
I'm actually
Your
gonna.
dog.
You are flying, and
Yeah.
you currently have him like in your talons, while he.
Is it a 1?
Yeah.
It is a one.
Vanya's nearby.
Vanya.
I can't see him. My head's in a grave.
Oh, you.
You
I'm
just
imagining
walk
that
over.
your head is
No.
up out of it.
I
I'm
imagine.
in the grave.
It's just my back. Just.
You remember that time we went to the beach and Gage dug a giant hole and hid in it? I'm imagining.
Well, I'm imagining it's just my back pointing out.
Okay, cool. So that is a 5. No, 6.
And you also get a fate card.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex gets a fate card.
I will also say, you get.
Bitten.
No, you do get their attention. They all look up and go like this, and you can feel like a tenseness in the air as the, like the fur kind of stands up on it. Like, what? There's nothing over there. They seem to have a good sense. They are smarter than the average dog.
How much distance from where we are to the nearest gate that leaves?
You're about 40 feet away.
Oh, easy peasy.
He does have a weight on his feet, but it's like not like they are not grabbing and yanking. They're just like trying to weigh him down by laying on him.
I
feel like we shouldn't anger the dogs.
I was gonna say I can pull aggro.
If you just you just need to do a strength check to pull him through, and you can help with this technically because you're just like moving. your
I
legs.
do.
Advantage.
I squirm.
I was just imagining you just like laying down on Vanya until they're like, okay, he laying down, he at rest now, and then Vanya just walks away with you laying on her back.
That'd be another excellent solution to this problem. It might be the next thing we have to try.
They might think that you're stealing another corpse and turn aggro.
Just a strength.
I
check
say
would be
another like we
13.
already stole a corpse.
13.
Yeah.
It's enough. They were on his feet. You weren't lying down. You
Do I
didn't
keep
have
my
4
feet?
dogs on you. Yes.
Do the bones pop?
They stole your shoes.
As you like do
They
a
robbed
gust,
my
you
phone.
and you like wiggling your feet. All of a sudden you go up and all the dogs are just kind of confused for a second. Like he's flying. No, he's being carried. And you fly to a decent height to where they can't like go because they are jumping up and going like, no, come back, no.
Sorry, I have a healthy respect for graves, so I'm not getting any.
No, you're supposed to be in the ground. Come on. Come on. You gotta come back.
This
Come
is
on.
the best thing
You
ever.
need to
I
be
don't
at
know what
rest.
you're talking about.
At what point does this get people's attention?
Gunvar is heading to the temple to get somebody to help
went
us.
in the temple.
I'm gonna just go back to the cart.
Yep. Obviously, by this time, you've just hit the temple. The temple is an active temple, and
are people.
several acolytes around, people going to and fro. This is it's part of the temple, but it's not the only temple. It's not the main temple, because big graveyard.
Do we want to tell them the dogs are
You're not
trying to-
there.
Too late, we're not there.
The shadow dogs are harassing my friend.
You like 2 acolytes.
No, I like discreetly like pull somebody aside. Like, hey, can I get some help?
I would say there's 2 acolytes like carrying urns that they seem to be like maintenancing on a mausoleum or something.
I do like a respectful greeting.
And I was like, "Hi, is there something we can help you with?"
Yes, the shadow dogs that are outside are harassing my friend.
The Grims.
Yeah.
Oh, they are quite friendly at times.
Yeah, they're really friendly, but they keep trying to push him into a grave.
That's a little odd.
Yeah.
It would be.
It's not usually what they do.
Just like in the distance. I'm telling you, it's not my time.
That's my friend.
Huh.
Yeah.
You guys you wouldn't have to be adventurers, would you?
Yeah, we're.
I am.
Did you recently fight some undead?
Yes.
Give me a deception roll.
We did fight undead. We fought zombies.
Do you want with persuasion or deception?
How recent was
Yeah,
it,
how
though?
recently was that?
Oh, it was on
Yesterday.
travel day 3. We fought.
Oh
cultists.
shit! It was yesterday.
It was
Yeah,
yesterday.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you whatever one you want, deception or persuasion, but I know deception's better for you. Can I borrow that pencil? Because I need a mark that this is Sparky's. There you go.
Fuck this.
Can't read it. I just heard
9.
There! He believes you. 4 plus 4 doesn't make it. They're only acolytes.
Yeah, it was very weird. It's like I'm sure you'll end up hearing about it. It's like cultists on the side of the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think we would. It's quite possible you smell like undead, and they're trying to put him to rest.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go get them. Here, we have some bones for this. And he takes the other urn. He's holding actually a pretty small urn. You're like, here, take this. I'll go get the bones. And like that other acolyte's now holding like 2 urns and just like.
Would you like some assistance?
No, I mean,
so I'm.
I truly appreciate it, but I have to go to the inner sanctum so that these can be.
Okay.
If you could get the door.
Sure.
Like, you walk another 15 feet and there's a door and you let him, like,
I do like an overly dramatic, like
thank you,
go in.
Sir Paladin. And he just walks in.
Close the door.
The other person went to the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Within a few minutes, they're back and they're holding two brown, sorry, gray bones. They look to be femurs. They are gray and, do you want to use your special Paladin sight? Something you don't use often, but
Sure, I'll use it.
cool. It allows you to see celestial fiends and undead within 60 feet, as long as they're not behind full cover.
Yeah, I do that.
These are undead bones.
Oh,
They radiate undead off them. They probably belong to a skeleton somewhere that has not been put to rest for some reason. And he goes,
This reason?
basically, the utility bones, utility undead bones. It's like, all right, let's go find those grims. And as you leave and go, you're at the point where Squawk has just taken off with you, and it's like, oh, that's
It's like
one way of
World
doing
War
it.
Z.
But they are still like very much like as you're flying to the cart, very much they're just following you the whole way. And it's like,
I'm just
Oh,
standing
okay.
next to a bear in a hole. It's just,
Yeah, no, they really don't want to leave Darwin alone.
and yeah, that's all good. That's where you're taking the accurate's attention. He doesn't notice the bear.
nobody suspects the thing.
Your amulet does not work on Grims. We've learned something.
They are wholly inspired. They to guide and protect the undead.
We should get a dog.
We should get a grim.
Um,
I'm gonna be
Sorry.
real. Not having a good experience with them.
you need to be in the ground. Come
I
on.
don't. Not getting in the ground. I want to live. Thank you very much.
Go
I love how
ahead.
this sounds so nice by saying the most threatening shit. You need to be in the ground. Come on, go to sleep.
No, that's a dog for you.
I know it is.
Sleep time now. Sleep time. You guys catch up with them, and you guys are now on the other side. All the dogs, by the way, are at the edge of the gate. They do not cross. And in fact, like as they sometimes get closer, some of you with higher perception can notice their fur, especially the fluffier ones like the Pyrenees, it's like they're pushing against an invisible barrier. Like the fur flattens and stuff. And they're just like, and it's like, you need to go. And the acolyte comes and just like, and like has the bones. And like half of them go and just like, and you hear it's like, the bones! And just that is everybody else's attention. And it's like, here you go. And just shucks one way and shucks the other way. And they bolt for the bones.
I like that there are dirt piles in this graveyard that are not graves. They've just been dug by the dogs, putting the bones away. Because the bones need to be in the ground.
Bones do need to be in the ground. The acolyte catches up with you with Gunmar. And I was like, sorry about that. I heard about your run-in with the, your friend told me about your run-in with the undead. You probably particularly smell like
Oh
raw.
yeah, that's
Yep, that thing
Okay,
we did
that makes
yesterday.
Yeah, they can smell undead.
You don't
very
say.
interesting. Yeah.
So the good news is they mean the best. They just want to. To them, you're not supposed to be awake. You're supposed to be, settling, resting, and they just want to put
They
your
look
back.
very friendly.
Yeah.
It's very nice. As long as
simple
you're not,
mistake.
yeah, as long as you're not grave robbing or threatening the bones, you're perfectly fine. They're very, very friendly.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your.
I'm imagining like your head is at the head of the grave and you're in the wrong direction to see any of this.
I can't say, my face is in the ground.
I'll
I'm gonna
poke
see-
you.
Vanya!
Rawr.
Vanya, we're good.
We're good.
I cast message. Fine, yeah, we're good.
Do I take damage?
No.
You are in a grave though.
I will need an athletics check to climb out.
But you are a
Gunmar
grizzly
will
bear.
walk over
No,
and
she
help Vanya
trains
out
back.
of the grave.
Oh, okay. With advantage, Gunmar's helping you out.
No.
I was gonna say I'm over there. I can just.
6.
Vanya does not accept your help.
You know what? Because it's you. It works.
What?
Yeah. It was enough. It was an easy grave.
Tragic.
Alex is like, I'm not gonna make the
I
party
mean,
stop here
one.
while you're stuck in a grave.
Or 0, sorry.
Still enough. There's a ramp actually, and a small elevator, magical. Lifts you
They were
The
saying,
silent lady herself picks you up by the scruff of your neck and fucks you.
you're not dead!
Can you roll 0s?
You can
Yeah.
roll negatives.
Yeah.
Zombies roll negative initiatives all the time.
Yeah.
negative
I roll
strength.
negative intelligence checks.
All the
My
time.
record's a -2.
But yeah, the acolyte apologizes and mentions that these are Grims. These are guardian dogs of the graveyard. Now, Grims, from the historical sense, were actually like dogs that were killed and be the first buried because it was believed that the first spirit in a graveyard protected the graveyard. They didn't want to be a person, so they killed a dog. These dogs are natural causes. A lot of them belong to, the acolyte mentions, families. As they pass, they will sometimes offer their dog to be buried in their plot, especially if they have a bigger plot. That dog can choose, in some mystical manner, that between them and the Silent Lady, to become a Grim.
It's okay, she speaks dog.
Would
Yeah.
the dog remember previous families?
Oh yes, they know their families.
That's nice.
They usually rest on their... They don't really sleep per se, but they periodically take breaks at with their own graves.
That's nice.
Mhm.
I'm dying.
I
Will you
knew
go
of
to
dogs
dog
like a
now?
month ago.
But they
they-
can't leave the graveyard.
Are they? I don't know if this is an insensitive question to the Grims, but are they undead?
They're technically celestial.
Oh.
Oh, so is Roger.
Cinnamon's a grim.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. The celestial steed. Say hi, Roger.
Whoa.
Brrr.
Murph.
Sorry,
Yes.
Darwin hears him say, "Hi, Roger."
Roger would do that. Just, hi, Roger.
Lovely.
I love the low-key smart-ass Roger. So far, all the mounts that I've had in D&D have been smart-asses,
Because they're the most fun.
which
What?
is 2. Epona and Roger.
My favorite. Bait.
I love bait.
Fate's amazing.
It's got 2 brain cells. They bump off each other sometimes.
They have 2 brain cells and they're both fighting for 3rd place.
I miss bait.
So, you guys, the acolyte apologizes for sorry, we'll take care of them, but thank you for visiting, and please visit the main temple sometime if you have any questions about our Silent Lady.
Oh, you're a cleric.
I am. I'm an acolyte, so I'm still in training.
Oh, sorry. Is there a temple to Ishmael?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, God, well, good. There is. It's on the pier.
Oh.
They, for the most part, they run a free hospital and recovery center.
Cool. I'll be sure to go there. Be nice to see fellow followers.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, even in this big city, there's not a lot of followers of Ishmael per se. But those that are always willing to help. Mhm. So, I have to get back to my duties, but sorry for the Grims again.
No problem.
Thank you for
for
the
your
help.
help.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And by this time, he's turning around, and several of the dogs are holding the femur.
What was your name again?
Oh, I'm Micaiah. Micaiah? M-I-C-I-A-H-A. Micaiah.
M-I-C-I-A-H-A.
I think no, maybe you don't need that last A.
Nikaha?
Micaiah.
Nicola.
No, you do. Micaiah. He is human. Just throwing that out there. I'm actually from Basin Town.
Best place to eat around here?
Oh, well, the Tiefing District's always good. But with all the students and such, street food's going to be your best bet.
Alright, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Street food's good.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you much. And
About the desert.
the dogs are trying to give him the bone back, and they're just bumping into him and just yes, yes. And he grabs the ball part of the femur and just go ahead,
No
follow
take,
me.
only throw.
Very true for these big firms. They're just they're just now following him because he's pulling the bone.
They're like, you're gonna put it on the ground, right? Right?
Right?
Yeah.
This is that meme with Padme and Anakin. Bless you.
Okay. You guys are free to finish the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes of your journey to the edge of Basin Town.
And we do.
Yeah.
Excellent. As you get to the town itself, I have a description of the town. The city is a unique and fascinating blend. This is as you're walking through it, by the way. The main road kind of evenly splits the districts. The city is uniquely and fascinatingly blend of diversity and homogeneity, with two distinct districts that represent its duality. To the west lies the sprawling temple district, Murakai, which means passion, which is the beating heart of the city's the city's spiritual life. This district is home to a vast array of temples dedicated to different gods and goddesses from across the pantheons in the empire, each with their own unique traditions, rituals, and practices. The acolytes who come to study and train at these temples come from all corners of the empire and beyond, creating a melting pot of different cultures, languages, and backgrounds. Despite the differences, though, they share a common goal: to deepen their understanding of the divine and develop their skills as artists, scholars, and healers. The colleges of the arts are integrated in each temple, allowing students to pursue a wide variety of disciplines, from music and dance to painting and calligraphy to history and the sciences. As they move between classes and workshops, which seems to happen regularly, the streets come alive with a vibrant energy as students from different temples mix and mingle, exchanging ideas, insights, and contact information. The ornate architecture of the temples is a testament to the city's rich cultural heritage, and the dozens of massive temples that dot the city skyline create a breathtaking panorama from the waterfront. To the east of the city lies the imposing and formidable tiefling district Arcanum Moina, ARCEM space MOENIA. Arcanum Moenia. It's Latin. Moninia.
Latin.
Protected by towering walls that reach a height of 30 feet, the district is a testament to the enduring spirit and resilience of inhabitants. The walls are formidable with ramparts and sentry towers at steady intervals and a massive gatehouse that serves as the main entrance to the district. The gatehouse is a towering structure with intricate carvings and sculptures depicting the history and mythology of the Tiefling people. Its massive iron doors depict a symbolic map of the 9 layers of hell, and are open to all that pass through, but you can see that the hinges are maintained regularly and well oiled. As you look into the district, beyond the walls lies the largest tiefling district in the entire empire, a bustling and vibrant hub of activity and commerce. Tieflings of all shades, sizes, and origins walk freely and calmly among its streets. Their distinct horns and tails are testament to their otherworldly heritage. The district is a melting pot of different cultures, with tieflings from across the empire and beyond coming to trade, study, and make their homes in this district. The main thoroughfares of the districts are lined with strings of brilliant paper lanterns, creating a lively and colorful atmosphere as the tieflings go about their business. The lanterns come in a dazzling array of colors, from fiery reds and oranges to cool blues and greens, and they are crafted with intricate designs and patterns that reflect the unique aesthetics of the tiefling people. Among the streets, one can find the plethora of shops, stalls, and vendors selling all manner of goods and services. Some specialize in exotic foods and spices, while others offer fine crafted jewelry, clothing, and other artisanal goods. The tieflings are known for their creativity and ingenuity, and this is evident in the many small businesses and enterprises that dot the district. And despite its imposing walls and otherworldly inhabitants, Arcane Marina is a welcoming and hospitable place, where visitors are greeted with warmth and hospitality. For those who are willing to look past the surface and delve deeper into the district's rich cultural heritage, there are countless treasures to be found, from hidden temples and shrines to secret markets and underground clubs. This was on the bronze plaque next to the temple's gate. It's kind of an advertisement.
Oh, gotcha.
There you go.
Nice. Welcome to Basin Town.
Welcome to Basin Town.
You guys, we did it.
We did it.
We got there in the end.
And the session.
Go home, everybody.
And
Get out of his house.
Get out.
And the campaign. This is it.
Can you give me a pop?
God, that would suck.
Can you give me one?
I want
Me too.
Me
a lot.
7.
A lot of pops. didn't even know there was pop.
There's
It might not
always
be.
Pop.
No, there's 7. I'm pregnant.
That was not a good joke.
I
There
know.
is no pop.
Henceforth, Michael didn't laugh at the joke.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
So, welcome to Basin Town. As I mentioned before, there's 2 distinct districts. The Temple District, that's also kind of residential to a big degree. I mean, the big temples are towering and close by, and it's like a campus to a big degree. Oh, this is very much a walking city.
Okay.
Cool.
You good?
Yeah.
Get the Grims.
The main thoroughfare here has a lot of carts on it and stuff like that as people go between the fish market at the pier, which is at the end of this road. Well, not the end. This is the Gur crosses the city. But if you keep following the Gur, eventually you'll get to the pier. If you turn left slightly.
Did we ever get a location for the Auxiliary Guild in this town?
No, but it is called the pier.
So near the lake, presumably.
E.
If
What
not,
was-
you know.
What was the fishing hut? There is something called the fishing hut.
That might have been my temporary name for the
Might have
Auxiliary
been.
Guild.
Okay.
The Auxiliary Guild.
Mhm.
The Pier sounds better.
Okay. So far we've had the lodge, the bow, the axle. This is the pier.
Pier fits better.
No, why we've been traveling ever since Grimmer got the book, he's been reading through it.
You're not super fast, and
Yeah.
this is a textbook. It's dense, like double
Yeah.
columns with pictures,
With pictures? That's
and not like full page pictures, small pictures. And stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Just like a,
They're
example,
diagrams,
yeah.
they're not pictures.
But no, it's a dense, thick book, and it uses a lot of big words too, and not necessarily big words, but also like super specific words for like biologists and stuff. And you're having to go and like look up stuff at the appendix at the end.
You see lupine a lot with the wolf-like creatures.
Still don't know what a phylum is.
I don't know what a phylum is.
The hairs on top of your
That's
head
the
when
thing
you're
that
born.
witches use.
And that's the name of Gorp's great sword.
I like to imagine that you do know what a phylactery is, but don't know what a phylum is.
I could see that.
I could see that. I could see him knowing specifically what a phylactery is.
But calling it a phylum.
Okay, so the first stop should be the pier.
Probably.
Was that a joke, or does Gunmar just not know what a phylactery is? Is that canon?
No.
You don't know yet. You
Okay.
have no
Hasn't come
reason
up.
to have rolled.
Okay.
To the pier.
Alright, you continue going down.
We look for a pier.
Cool.
That's where the temple is.
Oh, that's where the Ox Guild is.
Both
They're
of
both
them.
at the pier.
Oh, yeah.
Technically water side or lake side.
That's why I keep the lid on.
You guys keep heading down the GER. It's pretty crowded once it hits the city, and so your pace slows quite significantly. So it takes you a while to get through the city itself, but you get a great view of all the temples to your right and the Tiefling District's wall to your left. The wall is made of red bricks, all from top to bottom, with accents of heavy granite and limestone slabs at the top and on the parapets and such.
Aesthetic.
And you also see sentry towers where basically roofs give shelter to anyone who would be guarding this. You don't see a lot of guards on it. And the ones that do look a little formal, almost ceremonial, more than at impractical distances. And they're wearing kind of like dress uniform. But they are guarding diligently. Looking around, doing what they can. Yeah, so that's happening. As you get down closer and closer downhill, you finally hit to the pier in the waterfront district. Here, the air is filled with the smell of fish. People are moving constantly to and fro, and there are warehouses just lining the back of the pier. People going in and out, and some of these you can see mist and fog rolling across the grounds, denoting that the inside of some of these are very cold. Possibly something to preserve the fish or something like that, but they have a way of keeping some of these places super cold. Mm-hmm. You see a lot of boats, a lot going in and out, though you can see very few. You're coming in about midday, so only a few are coming in. This place looks like there are like no boats, basically. And just like, this doesn't seem like a fishing town, and then you look out on the lake, and it's just dotted with fishermen. None of them are doing what's called trawl fishing, which is more of a modern invention where you drag a net. They are doing a much more traditional kind of fishing of literally reels and stuff like that. Though some of these boats a lot of these boats have like 6 people plus on them.
Make fun of them taking care of multiple lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some of them are net fishing, but they're near the shallows, and they're going for like sardines and stuff. Anyway, the fishermen are out fishing, basically. And who would have fucking guessed? But it's still really busy as goods are moved and packed in packages, and you can see going by you, especially with the smell of fish. Some of these fish are kept whole, some are pre-filleted. So there's definitely different. You can get fish all kinds of different ways. It's all lake fish, so it's a whole lot of bass, carps. Catfish.
Use your other Animal Crossing knowledge.
Mm-hmm. There's actually a fair amount. They throw the bluegills back. Bony little suckers. There's a fair amount of trout, as this lake is in the location of a lot of rivers.
Yeah.
So at least, by the way, there is a river going through this town. It goes through the Temple District and does end, but it goes north. Anyway, this is the pier.
We found it.
Mm-hmm.
We have a boat.
We do have a boat.
You guys have a boat?
We have a boat. I remember the boat.
The token
The
you
token.
determined was a swan boat.
That boat.
We have a swan
I
boat.
thought you had a foldable boat, and I'm like, I don't remember.
Not
you
yet.
getting a
Not
foldable
yet.
boat.
We have one. We have one in Evan's campaign that ended up on top of a tower after we got crunk.
As you do.
I don't remember that.
After we killed the Norm.
Yeah.
We all took.
have a swan boat. Whenever we need one.
And don't remember the rest of the night.
Is there a building that with the Oxio on it?
You guys give me perception checks, because it's basically you got to make a choice, left or right.
Or we could ask.
Or you are forward to welcome and talk to somebody. Before you ask,
You said perception?
Yep.
How many rolls with that?
22.
I rolled. I think I have advantage on this.
I only saw 3, so you can go ahead and roll.
22, I could make it better.
That's good enough.
23.
We all find the auxiliary.
What'd you get?
12.
Nice.
We all find the auxiliary.
20 on that.
Oh, you 3 do see it. You have a hard time. It looks a lot like one of these warehouses. So you just kind of glance by it. But you 3 do notice there's a sign above it that just says The Pier. It's made of planks that have been painted whitewashed, and gives a very nice contrast on the weather-beaten, weathered front visage of the basically repurposed warehouse. And it's all the way to the left. Pretty far down.
Sparky, is this way?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Would this big lake, would this be like one of the largest bodies of water Sparky's seen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't see the... It's like a Great
Where's-
Lake. You
where's
can't
the
see
map?
the other side.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's huge.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
massive.
Sparky is the reason he.
It's like going to
his,
Lake Michigan.
Yeah, the reason he failed his check is because he is visibly like perturbed.
Dude.
Yeah, it's huge.
Oh yeah, he's visibly like he's walking on the like opposite side of the group from the lake and just
Big
trying not to look at it.
It's a lot of
Because
water.
like
You
he's got
probably
that
won't
like
see
stomach drop
ocean.
feeling of existential dread.
Can I roll to see if that's what Sparky's doing?
Didn't we see Ocean
He's
and Zoc?
describing it. You got it.
Zock's a little bit away from those.
Kind
isn't
of.
Okay.
Zoc is 50 miles inland.
We weren't
Oh, yeah.
that. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Mara will just go, yeah, that's a pretty big lake.
Looks straightforward, doesn't say anything else.
Sparky, you
yeah,
okay?
imagine
Yep.
it's
I'm gonna
down there.
explore that.
What?
Yeah, there's people that live down there.
I can breathe down there.
You can. Wait, what?
What?
Since when?
The cap.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry,
Squawk.
yeah, the manta. Yeah.
We're all just assuming it's a monk
Squark?
thing.
You and I, underwater adventure.
Oh, did you get the manta thing?
No, he's undead.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
don't
know.
require air.
Shit. Okay, I'm down.
Well,
Beware
fuck the rest of us
underground
Somebody
then.
else can get
Why
the
you
manta
get lost?
cloak.
Nah, scuba vampires.
Like,
I did prepare water breathing today.
Oh. We can work something out. Having a big old
Don't-
underwater head fence.
Let's
Sparky
wait.
edges away from the group towards the pier.
Nah,
Wait,
Sparky, you're our party leader.
let's go talk to her first.
Yeah.
If I wear you like a hat, I
Elizabeth.
think I can turn you into a fish with me.
It's not how that works.
I don't like this line.
Grace knows
Bonnie
that's not how that
thinks
works.
More testing required.
I don't think that sounds like a great
I'm gonna
idea.
give you.
If we put Sparky in your rib cage, does Sparky still need to breathe?
Let's stop putting Sparky things.
I think so. I think that'll just give Sparky
It's
nightmares.
probably just a party group in the
We can't.
Just
group treasure.
We can't put Sparky in his ribcage. That's what the bees are.
That is true.
That's true.
Will the bees drown?
It's a good
No.
point. No.
You would have known.
Does my magic keep them safe?
Yeah, basically it comes a bubble around you.
Okay, cool.
That's why if we put Sparky in your rib cage, he's fine.
No, that will break the magic.
And the bees will
And the
die.
beacon.
And
Yeah.
I was
And
just
you
thinking,
will
like,
die.
if you cast water breathing on Darwin, it saves all the bugs.
If you can wear the cloak and you can breathe.
Just become a
underwater.
fish with me.
Why don't we just go to the pier?
Yeah, that's where the lake is.
Sparky, are you afraid of water?
Let's go to the pier.
You guys, that fear. Of
Sparky walks to the pier.
Everybody's afraid of something. It's okay.
Thalassophobia.
Yes, definitely thalassophobia.
I have a bit of a fear of dogs. I had a bit of a near-death experience.
Is that a newly acquired fear?
Believe it or not, no.
There's
No.
a story there, but you're right. We should go talk to Elizabeth.
When I walked out, the dog was gnawing on my finger.
No, those dogs were really excitable.
Yeah.
Tanner will start walking into the pier.
Yeah, let's walk into the pier. Let's stop fucking with
Were
Sparky.
there no soda?
You guys all catch
No,
up.
no, no.
No,
We're
there
gonna
was no.
revisit this. We very well might have to go in or under the lake.
Let's go to the pier.
Pier!
This might be a thing we have to deal with.
As you enter the pier,
I just pick him up and
the pier has big double doors,
Just drop kick him into the
and it looks like it looks like what it is. It's a repurposed warehouse.
Yeah.
It does have a couple partitioning walls, one in the back that does go for the ceiling, and there's doors back there. So there's definitely other rooms, not just one big open warehouse. But the front half of the warehouse is basically one big open warehouse. There's a lot of tables and chairs. A lot of the tables and chairs look to be from one set, though periodically some of the chairs look obviously like they've found another chair, and so like they have another chair. There's a number of games set out, some like in motion, some not. There's not a lot of people here right now, but there is a counter in the back, like in most guilds. This one looks to be like 5 upturned barrels with a big plank on the top, and he's just there's a guy leaning on it. He is a tiefling. He is red.
Howdy.
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 Oh wait, no, this is excuse me, that's not the right voice. Howdy. How can I help you all?
We're looking for Elizabeth.
Guildmaster. Oh, why do you need her here?
Why did we need her?
It's the only name
Party
we have.
leader? What did we need her for?
You want me to come here so bad?
We have
News.
we have reason to see the King's reps, both of them, and we typically go to the Guildmasters first because they typically have been with the Guildmasters, and it is a very it's a national security type of threat.
Is it now?
Yes.
Wow.
Could you roll persuasion for me? And let me get his character sheet up.
How many F's are afraid? Just one.
Yeah, for him, it's like 4. He's afraid.
Sorry, give me a second. I didn't think I'd actually need his character sheet up. Legends, my campaigns.
Beefcake syndrome.
Nope.
You're probably small enough that you'll float.
You'll
Not the
float,
point.
too.
So not
You'll
the
float
point.
too.
I know that's
You'll
not the
float
point.
too. Sorry.
Sparky's dense, he'll sink.
He would sink.
Yeah. He's strong. Of course he's dense.
Ah, there we go.
That's not how that works, Gunmar.
And
He's scaling bone.
I'm strong and I'm dense.
insight. Go ahead.
18.
He very much believes you because I rolled a 4.
You're good at that.
I'm rolling what you guys need, man.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I've noticed.
It's all gonna go
Also
great
like
in the
my
first fight.
third 4 of the day.
Yeah.
Huh. Alright. I'll play your game. I think, that sounds like some of the rumors I've been hearing around. What's your guys' party's name?
Back magical.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Wait, what?
No,
We've
been sending
has
word
been-
around.
Yeah, we've been
Oh
sending word.
yeah.
We've been trying
I
to
guess
disseminate this information because the more people who know, the harder it is
I
for it
guess
to
that
happen.
Expound.
Alright. Alright, I'll go see if Elizabeth is in. And in the meantime, make yourself at home. There's a small bar over there if you want to drink. And we got hammocks in the back if you need a place to stay.
Spark
He
explodes.
flips the piece of wood to
Just
the top of the
The
barrel.
room is suddenly filled with his extended
There's
wings.
just feathers everywhere.
I want to give this person a survey like, where did you hear the name? A friend?
An enemy.
Ty's going around like, ah, dang it.
I'm a wanted poster.
He comes back with a garrison of guards.
Yeah, he goes in the back, and you guys got a couple, got some moments to yourselves.
I'm in a hammock immediately.
There aren't hammocks here, they're
You're
in
in
the
a
back.
different room. There where adventurers can sleep.
Mhm. Yeah, accommodations do change from guild house to guild house. The lodge had very good accommodations, but you also didn't need them because you were at the lodge, which was actually a place of business, and that had better accommodations. But yeah, couple minutes.
Sparky orders nail while he's waiting.
I didn't check the other guild halls for snow
Hammocks?
globes.
Oh no. It's okay, you can fly real fast.
We'll see you in a couple days.
You can mail orders.
That's my boots right there.
Get one from the bow or one from
The axle.
that.
Those are the only two you're missing.
There's it's a serve yourself. There's only one barrel.
Oh, okay.
You port. It's a heavy black thick port. It will put like hair on your chest and skin on your bones. Like it's.
Give it
There
to
you
Darwin.
go, Darwin. Maybe the Grims won't smell you now.
See, the issue is the hair on the chest grows first, and then the skin.
Oh no. Talk about ingrown hairs.
Oh.
Aww.
I was thinking more a layer of insulation.
But yeah,
Not
it's
just grew inside out.
Yeah.
it's a heavy ale.
Sparky clearly does not enjoy it.
Yeah,
You
because
don't
it's
have to
bitter
drink
as
it if you
fuck.
don't like it.
I imagine he does just like to shiver after
Every
every sip. Yeah.
It's ale.
We
Is
can't
there
tell.
water?
We can't tell if it's the ale or the lake.
It's port actually, so it's a type of beer, I should say.
Is there water?
Oh yeah, there's water. Yeah.
Gunmar gets water.
There's plenty of water, and there is a small bar. It has a couple of different alcohols in it, but at least 6 different kinds of sherry.
I get a glass of milk.
There is no milk.
No. Tragic.
Milk and fish don't usually go together.
No, it's fine.
Says you.
So, minutes go by. You guys are relaxing a little bit, mingling. As I said, no one else is in here, but this is a big guild hall. It could easily fit 40 people at these tables and such.
I'll wander around some of the games.
Cool. The
Is
games are
there
just...
Johnny Jenga?
No.
Can I have 4?
No.
Miniature Jenga.
Regular size Jenga.
You know what? I'll say there's Jenga on one of the
Yes!
games. But like the games that are out are like poker games and gambling games that are like mid-session and like a click on the clock happened. They stood up and left. It looks like fully abandoned, but like the stuff is still fresh and all that stuff. Like these are ongoing games that just like when it's called, they leave. When they come back, they pick up what they left off. You hear the door open in the back, and Roy walks through. Roy, by the way, as I mentioned, is a tiefling.
Is it Roy or Roy?
Roy as in R-O-Y.
Okay.
His last name is Flinders.
Flanders?
No, Flinders. F-L-I-N-D-E-R-S. Oh, hi.
Blinders.
Can you pass me a pen? I need to fix something.
Do we have to pay him a Flanders
Pencil
fee
pen.
if we talk to Elizabeth?
I'm gonna charge you for this. Could I get my pen?
What color tiefling was he?
What's
Red?
Red. Yep, he's got maroon hair. His eyes are a dullish red. His horns come straight out of his forehead and hug the top of his head pretty closely.
Fucking slick back horn.
He is wearing half plate. It is very good looking half plate. He's got a shield on his back, but that's it.
Nice.
You see no visible weapons. Alright. Seems she knows about you too. So, I'll take you guys back then.
Guys, we're doing it. Vacationing.
We'll go ahead and have your meeting with it.
Very well.
You picked a good time. Not only are you busy about midday, you know. Come evening, this place is packed though. You guys walk through, and it's a small hallway. This has definitely been retrofitted. There's basically like hallway is dead space, so you don't pack a lot into it. You have just as much as you need, and the rest of it goes to the rooms. And the far back to the right is a slightly fancier door. On it has a plaque that says Elizabeth Shore Waves. Yep. He knocks a couple times and then just opens the door. He goes, "Please, here's Pack Magica for you." And she's at her desk and stands up and goes, "Come on in."
Howdy.
Drumule.
She is
A Triton.
a Triton. So she is blue. My Tritons have one major difference. They have no hair.
No, I agree.
She is bald, very, very smooth, and
What did you just do?
Bring up the moon.
He wasn't trying to get the moon.
You take the moon, and then you take the moon.
I just found that really funny.
I was so disappointed.
I heard you'll be disappointed.
speaking of which, I'm going to bring up her stat block in case I need it.
Yes. Blue dude.
Blue mer people.
Blue.
Yep.
Yeah, they no hair.
So she's fully blue across her skin. She has fins for ears. They flare out. They have a rendered. Basically, anything with a thin skin, like her hands, her ears, have a reddish tint to them. She has white polka dots across her head, and she has natural purple shading across her eyes. Her eyes are a pure aqua, similar to tieflings. They don't have pupils. You can see gills with flaps with reddish tinges going across her neck. But other than that, she is wearing
Does she have double eyelids?
possibly, probably. But,
For her to blink.
Blink, damn you.
she's wearing scale mail of a beautiful blue design. And there is something kind of special about it, and I will have maybe you guys look at it in a second or two. But it looks to be special scales. Across that, she also has a shield that's just against her desk, and hanging in a place to store it, but within arm's reach, to her right side, is a trident. I am Elizabeth Shorewaves in your tongue. You may call me Liz if you like.
Drumule, Miss Elizabeth Shoreways. We are, as you know, Pack Magica.
I only know very recently, and I don't know much details.
if you'll humor me for a moment, who did you hear from?
I got a fax.
Oh,
Falcon articulated message.
I knew it! I knew it was gonna stand for something.
I know the X doesn't make a lot of sense, but it rolls off the tongue better. Anyway,
That was a what articulated message?
that was a Falcon articulated message.
Falcon.
I could see Fam catching on.
I was trying to make like facts work so hard, and that just sounds better. You want to make it fam?
Sure.
We'll make it fam. I got a fam.
I mean, also, like, I've seen X used for like transmission before.
Yeah, that's
If you
true.
want.
We'll use transmission because I really wanted to use fax.
Okay.
So we got a fax, a Falcon articulated transmission.
Here with my fax machine.
It's just a bird.
Just a bird.
It's just as hard to use.
I can use that. I could be a fax machine.
Yes, you can. You could be anything you
What
put your mind
dreams?
to.
Right? War chief, no. Fax machine.
So-
That me.
Yeah. That's why. You know.
Anyway,
But we got the message from the lodge a couple weeks ago, and then a secondary message from the bow.
Very well.
So it's all interconnected.
I'm just going to give you the whole rundown then. Basically, we need to see the king's reps. The reason being, I have to do this every time. Do you know who the first emperor or the second emperor was?
The second emperor was the second emperor was Aldridge Eldridge.
Okay. Yes, technically correct. His real name was Fergus, and he was the second son of the first.
Oh.
You may be wondering why wasn't the first son put in power?
I didn't know he had a first. I thought he was the first son.
That's
We can't fault you for that. That's what everyone thinks.
yes. Anyway, basically he wasn't put on the throne because he wasn't suited for it, and therefore he was a necromancer. We think. Yeah, we know that, right? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm messing up recounting all this. He was a necromancer. He caused some problems. At some
Angry
point.
that he didn't get the throne, obviously, and
Time passes. It's current day. Ty has returned with all his necromantic power, and is going
Polymorphed into a cat.
to various places and reviving his fallen comrades with the use of Ethereum.
we've already seen this firsthand once.
Quite large amounts of Ethereum as well. And he seems, from our perspective, to be building an army. We actually had a first-hand encounter with him as well.
Impressive.
It very nearly did not end well. He took the Ethereum that we found that day. And
Understandable. It's quite valuable.
yes. And we believe he's raising an army, and we need to disseminate this throughout the higher ranking people of the Empire so that
We
it
can be
becomes
prepared,
difficult.
doesn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Understandable. All right. I was also given forward knowledge that when you do arrive, that you should meet up with the Kingslets themselves. I can let you know that I'm still working on getting an appointment with Lady Venice. She's just quite busy keeping the temples all in check and such, and among her other administrative duties, she's the only Kingslet for the district. That isn't Lady Venice.
Yeah, no, I know, but Delilah.
Delilah Venice.
That's her first name. Is Delilah.
Was that the woman with the middle arm we saw?
No,
Okay,
that's Lady
Okay.
Penelope,
gotcha.
and she's from Stolberg.
Gotcha.
Do you have tweezers? I have a splinter.
They actually do. In the downstairs bathroom, in the little cubby hole, next to the nail clippers.
All right, thank you.
So, I'm still working on getting in contact from her. That may take some time. In the meantime, though, Lord Bandwidth,
What?
though I know he can seem kind of imposing, especially his district, but his heart's in a good place, and if you go and just knock on his door, I wouldn't be surprised if you might get a meeting within the day, if not the next morning.
Very well.
Just, this is your first time here in Basin Town.
Yes.
This is your first time in a tiefling district.
No.
That's good. Keep an open mind. I know they can feel a little rude and defensive at times, but they have reason to be. Their troubles did not end when we were all told they were. So, this is a big home for them. The largest in the Empire. So they can be a little defensive. Just keep patient, and they will treat you well.
Very well.
The Empire has worked hard to try to mend the damage that was done centuries ago. And the Empire itself has done well in working with my people. So, hopefully we can all continue working together.
Absolutely.
If you could point me to the. I was wondering where the Temple of Ishmael was.
Oh, it's on the other side of the pier, quite a ways from here. Once you pass the main road, just keep going. Look for a cracked helmet, a sign with a cracked helmet.
Alright. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. There should be a couple blue lights out front. No, blue tinted lights.
No.
With that, we will be in town for at least a week. Is there any business that you need taken care of that smaller groups have not been able to?
I might have something for you, but we're still getting the details together to see if it's worthy for individuals of your talent and purview. Speaking of which, I actually have a couple things for you. Any guild hall could give these to you, as you have definitely earned them. You just happened to be across my desk when it happened. And she opens up a drawer and takes out a wooden box, puts it down,
Oh shit,
and
we get
opens it up.
promoted?
And she counts the 7 of you and takes out 7 of these emblems that have the mark of the guild on them. And puts them down. Your previous ones are just copper. They're nice and all that. They do have the emblem, but they're definitely like thinner badges that basically say like, "Hey, I'm a member," and they have numbers on them. These ones don't have numbers on them. They're thick and heavy and much more like a true emblem, and they're meant to go around a necklace. They have a hole for a string or a chain or something. These are emblems of the guild. They mark you as those that have proven themselves.
You got promoted.
This is actually a voluntary position. So, you are welcome to take these, and what they will make you is, you will still be guild members, of course. But you will be treated with probably a little bit more respect, and it will denote you as individuals of skill and greatness. But taking this does hold some extra responsibilities. You were probably told when you signed up that technically the king may call upon the guild at any time, hence our name, the Auxiliaries. That has never happened. But the guild has more than one level. The higher ups, including the guild masters, do get called upon periodically. Accepting this is accepting responsibility that someday in the future you might be asked by the king himself to take care of something. And it is not a request that is refusable. It's accepting greater responsibility and defending the Empire and its citizens and netizens from threats, internal and foreign.
But still with proper compensation, right?
You will still get paid.
Always got his
Adventure is,
string.
an adventurer is an adventurer.
Really for a reason?
An
Yes.
amateur is a capitalist.
You will still get paid.
Sorry, I had to check.
All good. I will say, as current members of your group, it's an either all or nothing. Either all of you take it or none of you do. Unless you leave your group and become self-represent or join another group. But a whole group has to be homogenous. Either if you all a group, you all have to take it, or none of you take it. I would say this opportunity can be denied only a few times before we stop offering it.
Can we talk about?
Please, you take your time with it. You don't have to do it now, and you can even wait several days or even a month. But the honor is yours.
Yes, we will come back to you on that.
Mhm.
But other than that, we have a king's rep to go make a meeting with. Question: did she imply that she was going to tell the other king's rep, or that
She's trying to give you she's giving you an appointment.
once she got word, she tried to get you? Okay.
Yeah.
Class 3.
That's so
It is surprisingly local.
For the time being, we will need rooms for about a week.
You're welcome to all the hammocks we have.
Very well.
They go quick.
All of them?
Sorry.
We can't take the hammocks. We are welcome to use the
Take a
hammocks
seat.
that are
Okay.
here.
I will say they do fill up fast. If you don't get in early enough, you will be regulated to the floor and whatever bedroll you have on you.
Right.
Bring my hammock in.
Yeah, you carry your own hammock.
I will play. There's not any room for more hammocks. We've maxed it out. We actually built special supports to add more.
Don't we have 2 movable rods?
Yes, this is
Yeah.
how he does this.
Yeah.
As long as you don't block any alleys or fire exits.
On the roof.
What's a fire?
Sleep under the stars.
Yeah, I was gonna say at that point we might as well just sleep in the cart.
There is an inn. Several of the temples. Specifically the temple of Tanner. You recognize the god.
I would, yes.
One of the humans or halfling ones.
It is one of the halfling ones.
Yeah,
It
Bonnie would
is-
recognize it too, right?
No.
Or does Bonnie have druidy things?
No, druid.
I don't believe in God.
Is
Um,
it Hestia?
no, it's my god. Cryoline.
Oh yeah.
Cryoline. CYRROLLLE. Cryoline.
Caroline?
Could be. That sounds a little bit better.
Zero Lane.
Ceoline. She is the halfling god of trust, friendship, and hospitality. She is worshipped mainly by innkeepers and minstrels. And her symbol is the pewter mug. If you go to their temple, they always have rooms. Like, always have rooms. Apparently it's a thing.
They have to have rooms.
Well, if they're ever full, they always pull out another one from somewhere. I think it's a divine thing.
Magic.
I stick with my elements. I think she might as well do this. She looks to you and goes, in primordial. But specifically, she's speaking Aquan.
Is it cold in cold? Yeah.
Or Aquan, yeah.
Yep.
It was fucking weird.
By chance, do you come from the Southlands?
I do. And I respond back in Orin.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say
So do
someone else
I.
gets primordial.
2 of you have primordial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3. Oh, 2 of us have primordial, 1 has aura. Got it.
Mhm. But yes, you can definitely understand. Fascinating. Not many speak our tongue up here. We are followers of
Poseidon.
Istishia, the Water Prince, head of the elemental plane of water. I think she's actually a princess. Let me tell you. Oh no, they're elements. They don't have genders.
Yeah, they're
They're they thems. But yes, they belong to the plane of water. She's basically the personification of water, the element itself. worshipped by water genasi and tritons. Elemental features. Symbol is just water itself.
What's your symbol? Water.
But yeah,
Pretty good, pretty recognizable as far as symbols go.
you know that some of your people, including possibly yourself if you want to, but like kind of the national god that you guys will pledge to is called Akeda. A-K-A-D-I.
ATA?
A-K-A-D-I. Akeda.
Acadia?
Acadia. That's a personification of air and flight. Worshipped by Air Genasi and Aarakocra. When you make these religious temples and stuff like that, usually they're to them. But these things aren't the same thing as other gods. They are more of the personification of the plane itself. They don't necessarily have to be bipedal humanoid, a throwing river or anything like that. They don't always communicate with words, if they communicate at all. But she is you can see that she has a holy symbol around her neck. And you would recognize it as the holy symbol of her, Ishtia.
I know Ishtia.
Oh, you do? Oh, did I give you the elemental?
I have the 4 planes.
You have the 4 planes, then yeah, you would know of them as well. You might not worship
Don't
them.
believe in gods.
No, druids don't necessarily worship them. They know about them and honor them periodically for being the element that they
It's not
are.
really a belief thing. They're factually real.
Yeah.
It's whether or not you
You've
give them
seen
the time
Gunmar
of day.
before.
Yeah.
I forgot I gave you those.
You've specifically seen Squark's deity.
I shouldn't have
Oh,
opened
yeah.
this.
Do you want me to give you another one?
No, I shouldn't have opened it. Because now I don't know how it closes back up.
Oh no.
No, whatever. She can work with it. But yeah, she speaks to you in primordial really quickly and says that. And like, it's good to see others that honor the elements for the importance they will.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain the only others I've come across that spoke the language were like of the element themselves.
Yes, our tongue is not common, is it?
No.
Really not easy.
I know it might be hard for you, but if you ever, before you leave, move on from Basin Town, if you'd like to visit our small city at the bottom of the lake,
I very much plan on it.
there we go. You'll have to figure out your own breathing accommodations.
I've got that covered.
That's good. But nonetheless, the good news is potions of water breathing are very common in the city.
Yay!
Sense.
Same with water walk. It's easier to walk and then float down than it is to swim. Though you're welcome to do both. And
Nice.
or either, I should say. When you want to go, let me know. I'll give you some directions.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I relay.
And
Looks
she
like we're going
chimes
to
in
the
as
city,
well.
Sparky.
It's quite safe. We have even a post office.
Their potion.
There might be kobolds down there underneath.
Underwater crawl.
Water-faring kobolds.
Anyway, we have to go now because we need to see
The King's
The
Reps.
water.
a King's Rep. Yes, the King's
King's
Rep.
Rep.
Lady, no.
The
Lord
last
Bandwidth.
bandwidth.
I think you're flustered. You're like, just kind of have to figure out. We need to leave.
Anything other than water.
And it's totally in character. Like he is flustered as shit.
Oh, actually, maybe not. What's your insight? Do you think a 12 is good enough to lead you?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a fear of water?
No, I don't. I
You'll answer her.
had to deal with water when I helped build a water wheel. Actually,
Fascinating.
I just didn't.
You didn't know water got that big.
I didn't know water got that big.
Water gets
Kinda
bigger.
small, dude.
I
water
was
gets way
really
bigger.
underestimating the
And
size
way
of the
deeper.
ocean.
That's small.
That's not the ocean.
That's small in retrospect.
Well, it is the
You
largest.
see, like the color kind of
Oh,
turn
no.
from Sparky's face.
It is the largest body of water inland on this continent.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
big.
It's
It's
big.
real big.
It's not the biggest
It's not
body
the
of water.
biggest. It's the biggest we're gonna find in the Empire.
It's not,
Is-
it's not elemental plane of water big.
Is the ratio of water to land the same as on Earth?
It
Just
actually is
about.
a little bit more land than water.
Okay.
It's about
Because
50-50.
we're not a party of Tritons.
Well, I will bid you adieu, and we will be back later.
When you want to go to my city, come to me and I will give you some guidance and help.
Very well.
That's appreciated. Thank you.
In the meantime, hold on. I want to see if she can cast a spell on you guys.
Calm emotions.
Chill.
Fireball.
Do that.
It's true. Calm emotions saves us again.
Oh my god, I do have calm emotions.
Yes!
Oh.
That'll be for when we're actually headed down there.
Use ice knife to chill him out.
Stab.
If she fails, I can always try with my 10.
It's a 10 now.
He can choose to fail.
I can charm
He
Sparky.
won't.
Okay.
It's okay, Spark's charm.
She's not going to calm emotions here because that's like kind of an aggressive action.
Spark's calm
But-
emotion always works.
You do see her like hold her hand out and go like, "I'll let you know, water can be an interesting beast." And she goes like this, and just you don't see it, but you can hear water beneath you. Because
Oh, no.
a lot of these, this pier is a pier. It's over the water.
Oh,
This is
no.
a warehouse, and she draws water from the lake from beneath the floorboards, and draws it and just makes like an arc, and just goes. It can be many things.
I get ready to catch Sparky if he faints.
It can come in many forms, and she spreads it out and becomes fog. And it can become a torrent, and it becomes like a water tornado. And yet it can be crystal, and it goes and becomes absolutely still and flat. And it can be frozen in a pathway, and it becomes ice. But
It can be vulnerable
regardless,
in winter air.
it is to be respected, but it is also to be used. And pushes on the ice, and it just turns back to water. Spend some time in it, and you'll understand truly why we can't live without it. And she goes like this, and it just all rains across her and the
And
back
now
of
we're
her.
all wet.
No, behind the desk.
It doesn't
No,
rain on
people-
Sparky.
No.
Can we get Sparky like an old timey swimsuit and have
With
it
the big diagram. It might. The
Like
funny
a
thing
duck
is, it might
floating.
make him feel better, even if it's the less practical
When you said
option.
old-timey bathing suit,
I was
I'm
imagining
like
I didn't like
striped. Yeah, no,
stripes.
that's-
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly what
I
I'm
was
yeah.
thinking the big old diving suit.
No.
Scooby-Doo
But,
villain.
Like floaties.
She cast control water to
Yeah,
give you
yeah,
a little bit of a show.
I was about to do the same thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. I can do that too. I am preparing it for
joined the
today.
show.
Nice. This is a good time to use it. Oh. But yeah, she's just trying to reassure you about water.
cool. It doesn't work.
Cool.
And all of a sudden changes in states of matter. It kind of freaks him out a bit more.
Sparky, you want to go see the Tiefling War?
Let's go see the Tiefling War.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy. It's a
Thank
lively.
you for trying.
Welcome.
We'll have to jump off that bridge when we get to it.
We're quite
Come back
better,
to
you
me.
might have to jump off the bridge.
Most people walk. It's okay.
We might
And-
have to push.
I can give you a blessing before you head out. I'll guarantee you will never drown. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Just gently lead Sparky out.
It's really funny because Tempest, what you are, normally they operate on boats
Yeah.
to split the storms and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like you guys are rainwrights. Like that's traditionally how your class was built. This is a great take on it, which is very much of just like no.
Forget the coast, you're from Kansas.
Yep.
Where's my fields? Why are there mountains?
Sparky, you won't get away from the water?
Yes, I would very much
Alright.
appreciate that. Now that I have fully became cognizant of the fact that we're above it. Let's go.
It's alright, we're insects
Alright.
and our lives don't matter. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't.
Never mind.
The insects are slightly offended by that comment.
They can't understand me. I don't speak to animals.
I don't speak insect.
The Glister beetles are oddly smart. They eat magic.
It's okay. The bees can't understand me.
Oh, they
They're
don't
the
give a
Milo.
shit. No, they don't care.
No, the thing is, so the bees would just be like, yes, I am insignificant, but
The queen is all.
the queen.
The hive matters.
Do the bees kind of like?
exist.
Well, yes, they exist.
They're a hive
Have
mind.
you successfully married your foreign queen with your hive?
Oh yeah, that happened. Weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Mm.
I was gonna say, are they
That was
aware
awesome.
of social situations? Meaning, when we're talking to someone, do I have bees flying out of my coat, Devonia?
I feel like I'm always.
Oh,
I always
that
have
would
a
be
feeling
way fun.
bees
Mid
are me.
conversation.
I feel like that just happens.
It
Unless
does-
you ask them to stop.
Yeah, it does just happen. I will say it looks oddly natural. So like a normal person will look at it and like, bee going to flower. That makes sense. Does not trigger anything. They don't, unless they're observant or like paranoid. They don't like go like. A, there's no bees here, and two, those are moving flowers. And just like,
Like, they don't really think about the fact, because it looks like, oh, hey, the bee was landing on him.
Alright, so if we ever have to find somebody who's allergic to
Each of
bees,
my
we just
flowers
walk
into a
near them with
smiley
onions.
face. With an old time
Whoever
cartoon.
freaks out is the one we're looking for.
Every flower has a pair of white gloves.
you guys, you guys head down the Gur, back up it, merging into traffic, and again, still traffic even though it's midday and stuff like that. The Gur is really the main road here. It's a very much a walking city. You guys head to the middle of town where the gatehouse is. It's now to your right. The gatehouse, as I mentioned before, is it is a statement of itself. It's 60 feet tall. The iron doors are open outward, so that should you try to force them open, you're going against the hinges. And on them is depicted on either side, kind of symbolically, the 9 levels of hell and what they represent and such. They also, you can see the liver sticks flowing symbolically through all levels.
Going to that one, and that one, and that one.
You went to 4 of them, yeah.
And that one.
And
I know somebody on that one. This point to Avernus.
oh, yeah. The doors themselves are 50 feet tall, made of iron plating. You don't know if they're solid iron, but they're sure as iron is where you can see it. It has a mild, it's like wrought iron with some dimples in it that have rust pockets, but it seems to have like solidified to a good point. And the facades are still beautiful. Figuratively, there are 2 guards, tiefling guards, but again, they're in kind of like formal attire. If you've ever seen the Swedish guard, a picture of the Swedish guards that guard the Vatican,
Yeah.
where like they still like have halberds
Mm-hmm.
and a rifle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot like that. Like they're wearing formal gear. Like oddly, it is of the time period. Like they are wearing breastplates and stuff like that. But it definitely has some filigree on it and stuff like that. Like it's not the stuff you would traditionally go to battle with. Though it's probably just as functional.
Yeah.
They do carry halberds.
Yes. Gilmore as we're walking by, just sleep.
They are looking straight ahead, just standing guard.
Kind of figured. He still salutes.
And it's an active passageway. This is the main and sometimes only way into this district. And so there's a huge, steady flow of people going in and out. And tieflings, a lot of tieflings in various colors. You hit to the main road and it does widen a little bit, but similar. Only the main roads here take carts. Everything else is very much walkable. And once again, the string of lights, pattern lights left this place. And strung between them in some places are, what is it called? It's like cheesecloth, but colored. And so it gives a kind of shade to a degree. You find it actually rather comfortable to a point where sometimes you can drop the magical protection of your eyes and still feel okay. And it seems to be an accommodation for certain tieflings that have a similar disorder.
Nice.
But yeah, there are tieflings everywhere going about their business. There's people pushing like strollers with babies in it. One of my neighbors has a dog.
Yeah.
Actually, many of my neighbors have dogs.
They're gone.
No.
You can't see them because they're gone.
Yep. Again, they are all shapes and sizes, all different colors. Some of them do have like human shades, like people shades, but there's actually a vibrant massiveness of colors.
I thought you were about to say human shapes, like they'd stolen people body parts.
No.
There's a femur. There's an appendix.
But yeah, this is a busy place, and you've never seen so many tieflings.
Okay. I don't know where to go.
Did we get directions from?
Nope.
Okay. Ask
Excuse
one of the
me,
guards?
sir.
Yeah.
I asked the nearest person.
Grabbing
your
their
dog?
like knee, suddenly a merchant who was holding a package, maybe not a merchant, but a carrier, tiefling blue, horns that are like the really dumb ones I'm not a big fan of, but like they go out and then just little horns.
Yeah.
He has purple eyes. It's a weird contrast. And he looks down at you, and he's wearing wool trousers, good shoes, overalls. Not overalls, sorry, suspenders over a woolen shirt, white, with a cap on that specifically has two not too expertly cut out holes for his particular horns, as though he probably did them himself. And just like, that hat does not come off easily. Especially with the downward facing.
You would think a booming business in this sort of area would be haberdashers.
Oh, there definitely is.
Okay.
This is
You
not a
just
rich
didn't
man.
You would think there would be like the people's haberdasher.
The people haberdashery is I buy a hat and make holes in it. No, there probably are cheaper ones, but like he's making do with his newsy hat.
There's cheaper ones and then there's cheap ones.
Free ones.
Yeah. For all I know, he found the hat.
There's a pair of scissors.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it doesn't fit. He found it like that. Someone had already made the holes.
There we go. He looks down at you and goes, "Huh? What?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't have any candy."
Oh,
Where are your
What?
parents?
no. Sorry, I'm an adult.
Okay. Little weird, but you know, we accept
We're
it.
just looking for the
King's Hall.
The King's Hall is in the Temple District, but if you
The-
you
the-
you
The
want
other
to
one.
we're looking to meet.
you want Lord Bandwidth House.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're looking to meet Lord Bandwidth.
Gotcha. His manor house is straight that way and goes down the home plate. You won't not miss it. It's on the left at the crossroads.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And he like, tips his hat and carries on with his
He tries. It
packages.
doesn't go anywhere.
And it's stuck in place.
It rips a little bit.
The back goes up when he tips it.
Oh no.
And just, he has to adjust it again. And he's like, oh, okay, I gotta go. And he's a courier. He's like busy, so he's running off with some packages. But yeah, you guys head into the district, and you keep going, and you pass shops and places to eat, and this is a main thoroughfare that's very much of the commerce area where there's shops and stuff like that. But you pass several roads, and roads that just have housing. Most of it's town housing, 4-story tall. Really, some of these are very thin roads. Some have small gardens in the back. Some don't. Some back up to each other. It's town row housing and stuff like that. By the way, instead of cobblestones, this is all bricked. So the roads are fully bricked. The sidewalks are usually made of slabs of shale. So periodically they crack and stuff, but for the most part they're kept really well maintained and are just 3 feet by 3 feet square slabs of shale.
Anyone else catch the fact that there ain't a King's Rip in this section of town? King's Hall.
Yeah, I did catch that.
I guess maybe they share it. Both got an office in the other one.
Maybe.
Our King's Halls usually spread about.
Oh no, I guess there is usually only one
Yeah,
per
I
city.
guess.
Weird.
Was that the case in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Richmond had 3, and
There's only the one.
only one had actually lived in the King's Hall.
What?
Only one worked in the
Only
King's Hall.
one worked at the King's Hall.
We never got his
Yeah.
story. He
Um,
wanted to tell us stories. So
Wasn't it just Cantus?
It was
No, there were
Cantus.
3.
It was
What?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Was physics one?
No.
No.
We just literally
Was
never
Zod-
met the other two. No, he
Zod-
wasn't in.
No, we met one of them. The other one was
We did.
the guy at the lodge.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
We
No.
Not the lodge. Not the lodge.
Oh, well, the lodge, yes.
The lodge.
Yeah, the lodge
The Auxiliary Guild. The
Yes.
head of the Auxiliary Guild, Gru Tree Splitter,
is a king.
is
Yeah.
a king's rep.
Evil name.
And then technically Bercy.
When I said,
Until we dethroned him.
Burst.
When you asked him about it, he was like, "Yeah, I don't really mention that often, but like, I'm a king's rep." He mentioned the last king's rep is head of the Centurion Mining Company.
Yeah.
Oh, so we never met.
No.
You never met him.
Damn.
Speaking of which, we need to find a bag of holding in this town for you.
Yes.
Nautical themed.
Also, I feel like we should probably talk about the quote-unquote promotion
We
were
should.
potentially given.
We
We
should
can
probably
do that
talk
over
about-
food.
Yeah, that's dinner. That's
Okay.
dinner talk.
Yeah,
Dinner
I'm
time.
feeling kind of iffy.
That's
because
just an
my
us talk. We should get to
allegiances
bandwidth
don't
before
lie
the end
with
of
the
the.
Empire.
Alright, you both were talking at the same time. I'm going to need one of you to start over.
We should talk to people before they're settling down for the night. Gunmar was saying.
Yeah, I don't think I made this clear. My allegiances don't lie with the Empire.
No, I think that was pretty clear for most of us.
Yeah.
But dinner talk.
Yes, dinner time.
Like, I don't care who you are.
Dinner talk as in you guys are going to eat? Or
No,
no?
No,
when we
we're
get
doing-
dinner,
we're
when
doing
we eventually
that
get dinner,
talk
we're going
for
to
dinner.
You keep going down the road.
This guy's spoon geek out.
Yum 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 yum.
Why were you
yum.
talking about impending danger?
We got street food.
it's okay if I eat my canes in your kitchen.
Would you like?
That's okay. Yes, you guys keep walking down, and the carts. This is definitely a wide enough street for carts, but it doesn't have the traffic that the GRE
Yeah, we
does.
should put the
but-
cart somewhere.
Have you ever seen pictures of like 1800s New York City, where they
Yes.
just cross and just
Yeah.
like the roads are for people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that. Periodically, there's a cart and stuff like that that just like has to part the seas of tieflings, which is what you're doing right now with your cart.
Is there a reason why we didn't leave this at the guild hall?
If you
Because we
want-
forgot.
Yeah, no, we totally were just.
Can we just send Roger back with it?
Give
it's
him a pouch
Roger.
and hold and send him to a stable.
Just hold that in your mouth, buddy.
Is
I
is
give him
there
No,
my-
wait, no, Roger has his own goal.
I do have my own gold.
I give him 10 gold. I'm not going to make him spend his
is
own
there
gold.
a is there a,
He grabs
He's
it
still
in
my
his mouth.
responsibility. I need to pay for his lodgings. Here.
does the pier have a stable section? Or does,
I will let
do
you
we
guys,
have to
like,
find one?
You guys think back on it and like, no, it doesn't. It's a
'Cause it's
converted
on pier,
warehouse.
Yeah.
But you definitely passed a livery at the entrance.
Yeah, have Roger just go.
I give Roger, like, a platinum.
I write a note.
Yeah, I was gonna
Thank
say.
you.
Write a note. Write a note for it lodging.
Also, not run away.
Not a runaway. Please don't capture my moose.
Hello, please take care of our moose.
His name is Roger.
His name is Roger.
He likes carrots.
He is our most prized
He
possession.
likes carrots and apples.
We will be back to officially board him at some point today.
Pack Magica.
The letter with like 4 paragraphs and 3 handwritings.
And then Roger just goes up, like drops this in front of somebody, and then just goes "Bleh," with a platinum coin.
Yeah, you roll it up and put it in his lips, and it's like a little.
It's like a little
It's
cigar.
like a trumpeter swan chalkboard.
And just like, yeah, Steve, yeah. Oh. Anyway, he goes like, okay, and then like just turns around.
Behave.
I love Roger. I love Roger so much.
What do you think Roger's gonna spend his winnings on?
I have no idea. But I'm so
Carrots.
excited to find out.
And apples.
Carrots and apples.
Some really good apples.
No, what we've just taught Roger is that he can make transactions with people.
Yeah, I feel like
This
just
is getting
at some
so
point,
good.
Roger's gonna come in with the most clutch minor magic item we've ever seen.
We don't know where we got it from.
It's like, boom.
Does Roger count as a spellcaster?
No.
He's a mess. He's a celestial.
That doesn't mean he's a spellcaster.
He's gonna go and book himself a hotel.
Oh
It's the best thing ever.
Not this far south. No.
So there are
You don't know. They probably
Moose
are.
brothels confirmed.
I mean, there are in the Beastlands.
this country outlawed it, but the Or country.
The Beastlands.
standard practice.
Oh my god.
So,
How long before Roger gets classicals?
a while.
I come back, he has like a really fancy, like, 3-piece suit.
I thought you
How
were just
does it
gonna
look
say
for a
gold
suit?
chain.
Have you seen that picture of the horse with the 3-piece suit?
Yes!
That's how.
It's like that question, how does a horse wear pants?
I was
Yeah.
thinking that too. So,
Very well is the answer.
Yeah.
you guys...
Any way it wants.
Anyway, back on track.
Yep. You guys send Roger down. You're about halfway to the crossroads. You get to the crossroads. The crossroads is the center of the Tiefling district. It has, at each corner of the crossroads is a giant iron pillar with an arc going and holding a giant chandelier in the center. It is definitely magically lit. There's no candles. It seems very dim now because it's like 1 p.m. And it's a rather clear day. Very nice out. But probably at night, this looks fucking beautiful. All shined up and gives tons of light out and such. It's basically a big giant red crystal. And there's a lot of activity going on here. There are people selling a lot of goods and souvenirs, and people are visiting. There's a lot of food here, but like small stands, not like big restaurants and stuff. It's kind of like a Times Square-esque. You see a lot of advertisements. Hand-painted for stores and such like that in this place and that. But like the old-timey kind, like Sons Mercantile. We have goods for sale.
For rent.
Mm-hmm.
We have goods for rent.
Very well could have been.
Yeah.
And there's like a couple advertisings for like different kinds of drinks and like hair products, and there's a couple for horn polish. And like horn care and stuff.
Yes, I'm a dragonborn. Of course I have horns.
Not all dragonborns have horns.
The only reason why Gorod didn't have horns because I got confused.
So yeah, you guys, you look around and go like, which one's his house? And then you look left, and beside you is a giant mansion. Not like on the size of Candace's, but I did base it off an actual New York mansion. This takes up about a quarter of a block.
Oh, yo!
Yeah.
He's escaping.
Pretty beautiful.
Yep. And so it's a brick and limestone facade with turrets and greenhouse. It just has the one front door, double doors. It's up a few steps. That's called the European style. It is very much, opulent and big and heavy, and you can see people going through the windows. All the windows are open, letting in this beautiful fresh air. And you can see maids and other people crossing by. This is a well-staffed establishment. And the front door is right there.
The way I parse people going through the windows, people
Yeah.
diving in and out of the windows.
No, it's just Aarakocra using the upper floors.
They're the facts.
Why don't they have Cochrane use walls? Like, where we going, we don't have walls. We have platforms.
They keep. Oh god. I was about to make a very
can climb
thing
walls,
with
you
Aarakocra. They keep running into windows.
No.
No, Mickey.
It's cold and windy out there.
I knock on the door.
It is a beautiful door made of thick redwood. You can feel like this is a solid door. It's heavy. It's got beautiful, intricate ironwork on the front. As you guys knock, it's like dink, dink, dink. And you realize like, oh, I'm strong now, and like that was kind of weak. So you go back and like use some force to it. And your tiny little fist goes dish, dish,
Yeah,
dish.
Sparky.
I need to increase my strength so you're not.
How high up is
strong
the-
as-
The knocker.
Higher
Um,
than Sparky.
It's eye level with an average human at 5'8".
Rude.
Hey, in this county and world, but
Take a non-average human.
so he's a,
elsewhere.
you had a hard time. Anyway, you knock.
Yeah.
Tink, 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 tink.
It takes a good hard moment. You can hear faintly footsteps on the other side, not because they're far away, but just like that's a thick ass door, really meant to block out the sounds of all this hustle and bustle throughout the day. Eventually, it does open, and you hear like a as it's like swung open ever so gently. And facing you is a tall tiefling, maybe 6'6", but bone thin in an immaculately tailored suit. They have
1 inch taller than me.
They are tall, thin, and their skin is stretched taut and thin across their face. Their face has defined bony features, a defined large chin, high cheekbones, good brows, and yet the skin is just pulled tight across, in giving a gauntness to this whole feature facade. For those of you that are particular to smells and such, you can smell perfume quite heavily off this guy. Not necessarily intrusive, but quite a lot of it. He has his buttons fully tied up, very tight bow tie, and you would recognize this offhandedly, but I think him. But all of you would probably, especially with dealing with Cantus and such, this is a butler. Immaculate. Yeah. Very tall, very bony. This tiefling is white, ashy, kind of like a grayish white. His eyes are a subtle dull gray, kind of like granite. His horns are out and back, kind of as square as kind of horns can go.
Thank you.
You know, that was Ringo from the Beatles. Can I help you?
Yes, we've come to make an appointment with Lord Bandwidth.
Lord Bandwidth is not accepting. No, sorry, I have to do this correctly. Hold on.
No.
Get out of here, plebs.
I have been instructed that nobody is to see Lord Bandwidth.
There may have been word sent ahead of us. We are Pac Magica. We come to warn of great news to all the King's reps on our way to the capital. It is imperative that we see Lord Bandwidth. If not today, then tomorrow.
Fascinating. I was told nobody is to see Lord Bandwidth.
Is everything okay?
I offer 5 platinum.
I'd like to make
Can
an
you
insight
check
check.
again?
Yes,
Go ahead.
same.
He looks at you and just sneers.
Damn.
Roll all help.
Okay.
Sorry, what are we rolling for?
Insight.
Insight.
Wow.
Damn.
That's investigation. 25. I can make it better.
That's good enough. You get a sense that this person is following orders to the letter.
All right.
Then doing so because they have to. It's not like they like this job, but it's their job, and they've been given an order, and they're doing that order to the letter. Nobody is to see Lord Bandwidth.
According to who?
Lord Bandwidth.
Gotcha.
Is there a duration for this, or is this an indefinite order?
Nobody is to see Lord Bandwidth.
Sparky cast message to Darwin. What was the nephew's name?
Yeah, mention.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to ask Darwin in Dwarvish.
I was gonna mention.
Cleaver.
to
Cleaver
Ben.
went by kite.
Cleaver.
We were sent here by his nephew to talk with him.
Do you say Cleaver?
Yeah, I say Cleaver, or his nephew Cleaver.
You do see him give a little bit of a shudder.
Great nephew.
Great nephew.
Great nephew, yeah, technically. It's his sister's kid. He definitely recognizes the name. You can tell visibly. I'm just like, Even so, nobody is to see Lord Bandwidth.
What if we just talk to him instead of see him? Listen, all I'm saying is we need, like, this is
Just give him the
imperative
swap.
importance. Yes, give me
No,
the rock.
I just had the thought because of you guys saying the to the letter thing. I was just like, what if we shut our eyes?
Yeah.
Nobody is to see what bandwidth.
So cast message.
To who?
Not yet. To Tanner.
Okay.
Does that include
What
you?
the fuck are you
Are
holding?
you not allowed to
One of
talk?
the sending stones.
Oh.
Oh.
You just
We do
give him
have
this
both of them.
rock.
No.
I mean,
Sorry,
fair.
Sadie, what was that? Oh. Nobody is to see what bandwidth.
When was the last time somebody saw him?
Oh my lords. As I said, nobody is to see what bandwidth. Please, I'm giving you all I can, you insolent and moronic fools.
What was your name again?
I
It
am
doesn't matter.
Blockus Bonelicker.
Of course you are. How do you spell that, Alex?
Baracus is Barakaas. Boneraker. Boneraker.
We met a door a lot like this guy once.
Yes or no?
I wonder how
Yes
we
or
spell-
no?
I know.
I believe we
No,
solved
I
that
would
problem
say
in a
go
very
for
effective
it.
way that would work here too.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Now the magic comes out.
I have no idea how to do this. I've never done it.
I have to go find this guy.
Oh, really loud.
It's a really big house. Just start pointing yourself in different directions and casting message.
That's what I was thinking.
Do you have sending or no?
Actually, can I do something else?
Yeah, sure, because I don't know what you're doing yet.
Sorry, I was casting Charm Person. Sorry.
Oh!
Am I able to use that and have him just like walk by behind him?
I will say that will solve this issue because I will give you the answer
No.
if you want to use it.
You have
for
to
this.
spend the card.
Has anyone here read The Odyssey?
I was
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, but
I've been
No.
so angry that he didn't just say the answer.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Introduce yourself as nobody.
No. I'm nobody.
Fantastic. Let me show you to the master.
See ya.
You may bring your friends.
Come on.
We're all nobodies here.
With that, he turns on his heel and he has a slight jaunt as he's following the order to the letter. And is parading you in through this, taking you to the master, for nobody sees the master. You are taken.
Fantastic.
I latched onto the wrong word there with the shut my eyes thing.
Yeah, same.
You were almost there.
Oh, no.
I was full on ready to just have this irritating banter with this man until he gave up, which he would not have done.
I was just gonna circumvent him.
I was about to charm him.
Hey, Gunnar,
What's up?
you can hear when someone's undead, right?
Yeah. No, I can't.
You can do it like just.
Yeah,
It's for one round.
it just
Yeah.
happens.
Whoom.
Can you read it out for me? Because it's
It's
slightly
specific
different.
things.
Yeah, it is very specific.
But
Not
it's-
behind total cover.
No, you are looking
But
at him.
something
and
about
he's-
this doesn't feel right.
As an action to detect good and evil until the end of your next turn, you can use sense anything affected by the Hollow spell,
Yeah,
or know,
that's where it is.
or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Cool. This guy shines the fiend.
Cool.
Fiends include devils and demons. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
But this guy is radiating fiend.
Anything?
Yeah, this is fiendish.
Have other tieflings also?
No.
Yeah.
Tieflings don't. Tieflings go more.
I,
Tieflings
to
are-
be fair, we would not know that Because Gunmar's never used that sense to other tieflings. This is the first tiefling he's used that sense with.
The thing is, though, it's everyone within 60 feet whenever you use it.
Yeah,
I
so
would
that
see-
is other tieflings.
You now
There
see
are other
tieflings.
tieflings along
Yeah.
here that aren't showing up.
Like, oh, I just need to...
He's a beacon in
Wait a
a
minute.
like. Basically, the world goes a little bit monochromatic in that which
Is
is the
Okay.
thing shines a certain color.
Celestial Fiend Dungeon.
That's a fun.
So no, you do understand that, like, hey, there's a tiefling maid that you're passing. That's not triggering this.
Okay.
And yeah, by the way, fully like staffed mansion. People going to
there
and
are
from.
people everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he employs a lot of people. Almost like too many. But like, you know, people need work.
People
you can
need
always
work.
go to him. You
Gunmar-
see like 3
What
maids each
language
carrying a
does he
single
speak?
towel, and just like, nope, we are all doing our job.
You speak Dwarvish.
Nope. I don't think we share a language. other
He's
than common.
walking you through, and the good news is you got a minute or two till you hit wherever this destination is, as he first takes you to a staircase, and then he seems to be taking you the long way, as he wishes to show off the fact that he is following his orders, and goes up the steps and goes around a couple different hallways, past several of the guests, sorry, not guests, maids and other such thing, many of them watching you and just shaking their head, and just, well, you pass one and goes like, it's like, this is not your fault, I'm sorry. And just like, you're gonna be okay. And just like, they're reassuring you that like, okay, you're here. You've been caught up in one of his tricks. Just, you're gonna be fine. Like, he won't be mad at you.
Do I get winded?
Next 2 hours,
No, why?
Sparky Gunmar Darwin.
Because he's like
Right.
6 something
Dude,
with
like-
long strides, and I'm.
He's in no hurry to go anywhere.
No, he's showing off the fact that he gets to
I'm
follow the
my
rules.
wet
Spocky.
meat is just
Gross.
throughout the castle.
Yes, hello.
Oh yeah.
Apparently our guide is a fiend.
Okay, keep that in our back pocket for now.
Probably why he was so weird at the door.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Darwin, our guide is a fiend.
Do I know if it's a devil specifically?
The only information you have is
He
that
gets
he
fiend.
triggered Fiend. And you do know for a fact Fiends trigger devils and demons.
Okay, but I don't see anything specifically. It just looks
He looks like a
He
not
you
a
can
normal
make
tiefling, but
more or
he
less.
looks like a tiefling that's been starving for like a month. I will say you have an interesting background in this now. I will let you roll history for this.
Grace has connected more dots than Tanner would connect.
You're Tanner. You can make those connections.
Well, it's knowing things about like fiends and junk that I don't think Tanner would know.
19.
That's just enough.
Yes.
You look at his stride, his movement, and the way he's walking, and understanding the context of this building and what's going on. You then do one last thing. You give a smell. And like, yes, there's the perfume. He obviously has quite a bit of it, but there's an underlying smell, something he's trying to cover. And it's decay, rot. And you only know one devil that smells like that. And they can't help it. It's part of what they are. He's probably a bone devil.
Bone Ranger.
He probably
Obviously
is a bone devil, isn't he?
in disguise, in a humanoid shape. Of bone devils, you know they are the taskmasters of the devil's army. They're the like sergeants and stuff. They give orders and such, but they're not greater demons. They're lower demons. They're just the highest ranking lesser demon. Sorry, devil.
Yeah.
Highest ranking lesser devil. It puts them in a really annoying spot. And they resent a lot of people and a lot of things because of it. And it makes them hard to get promotions. So they follow orders, and they give those orders and such, but they aren't always the nicest people.
The top of the
They
bottom
are
of the totem pole.
devils.
That's the way to put it. They are at the top of the bottom.
It seems like it's a bone devil. They're pricks.
I don't know what that means.
Would Gunmar know what a bone devil is?
Maybe?
You have a
Grace
hell's
knows what a
chance.
bone devil
Yep.
is.
You have a hell's chance. Go ahead and give me a history can.
Oh, that's decent. 16.
Not quite high enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's
No,
it doing
it's-
here?
I'll be observing.
Do I know how like servants, familiars work, stuff like that? Summonings?
We need boost intellect.
No, not really.
No, not.
No.
Okay.
You know, like, hey, it's a bone devil, and I would say with a 19, you know enough that like they are strong, and like they're immune to fire and poison.
Okay.
They are they're very very strong. They have resistances to magic, like most devils do, and a lot of demons do. They have a lot of health, and the bone is not just bone; it's like a reinforced bone. So they're very hard to hit and hurt.
Charm person
I-
wouldn't have worked. It's not a person.
Not a person, yeah.
I've got not a
Let's see
clue
if
what
it's
it's
done.
doing here.
Oh, they can fly.
But doesn't seem to be stirring up much of a commotion.
It almost seems like it's doing a job.
Yeah.
So how long have you been working for?
I have been here
Are you okay?
for. She's a halfling trying to keep up with a 6'6".
Oh. I'm like, Sadie's having a spasm.
I have been working here for 25 years now. 25 very long years.
You don't much like your job, do you?
You could say that.
And you know it's crazy. You don't look a day over 25.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
What?
Why stay if you don't like it?
A job's a job.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
It can get pretty boring up here.
How'd you get this job in the first place?
I
You don't
was-
mind me asking?
No worries. I was recommended from somebody of the highest order.
Wow, sounds like a pretty binding job.
Yes, there's not many ways out of it.
Yeah.
It's not an at-will position.
No, I would say at this point you've reached a set of double doors on the 4th floor. That looks at actually. You've now actually have a decent layout of this place. It's very beautiful. Has a lot of rooms. You've passed a number that are being cleaned and maintained. This one you can tell is on the corner of the 4th floor that overlooks the crossroads. Very scenic, beautiful. You're above the crystal chandelier. From the outside, you do remember that this had beautiful glass windows, so gets a lot of light and such. Looks to be his personal study. You see him knock 3 times exactly and immediately open the door. As though he was told to knock before entering. No matter what. He enters and immediately announces, "Lord Bandwidth, I have brought nobody to see you. Please accept your guests." And just immediately grabs the closest person, just like hand on back, and just moves you forward.
I mean, yeah, I don't know who it is.
This room is, I'm going to say it was actually Vanya.
Oh,
Vanya,
yeah,
Vanya was
Vanya
trying
was
to keep in
talking to
pace.
him, yeah.
Yep. You're just like, whoop, and you just get shoved to the front.
I shove Sparky forward.
This room is very nice and opulent. The left side is beautiful forty-ceiling bookshelves filled with books and knickknacks, but a lot of books. The right side and the back and most of the right wall is glass windows, letting in tons and tons of light. Behind you are several maps. These are ornamental maps, so like yes, they do definitely look as maps, but they're beautiful and ornate. And like the biggest one is 8 feet by 12. It's huge.
Is this a study, a library?
This is more a study.
Study.
More than that. You can see sitting at a rather opulent desk, to front with a leather top of green leather, is Lord Bandwidth. On his desk, you see 2 things of note. On his right side, a set of scales. These are merchant scales. So they have little weights at the bottom that you can weigh out, and what you'd be weighing is mostly coin or goods or something like that, to make sure the content's good. On the left side, you can see a stack of paperwork. Very well organized, but very much of like, this is the paperwork to run a city. Lord Bandwidth himself is an older tiefling, about the age of 50. As he stands up, he's wearing full regal robes, black velvets and such, that go all the way down, and he's wearing his mayoral crest. You got to see one of these before, back in Rodheim. The king's rep there had one of these for ceremonial purposes. He brought it out at one point.
For like sending or something.
Yeah.
No. It's not that. No, that's
Oh,
his
not
right.
that.
That's his crest. And yes, the crest is there. This is like a ceremonial thing. I think when Cantus showed up, like
Oh,
he's
maybe.
wearing his formal thing. It's a thing in England. It's this golden chain that's usually denoted your office of mayor. He's wearing his. It's very gold. Has lots of opulent gems on it. It looks expensive to the point of being like, we need to fit more gems on this to make it more expensive because that makes it better. I don't care how it looks. And just like boom, right there. He's got really puffy shoulders and such. He looks kind of like a magistrate, or you know the one person from Quasimodo. the evil
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah.
Frollo.
Yeah, a little bit like that from the down that
Yeah.
black and grays and such, but very nice and fitting that. He has a walking cane. He doesn't seem to need it, mostly for fashion, but it has a beautiful carved from like looks to be not onyx, obsidian, black obsidian
Ooh.
head on it. Holds it kind of like this because it's not a true walking cane where he has to support himself. It's mostly for style.
What color was he?
He is red. Similar to Cleaver, he has got the same kind of red, but you can see muddled browns in there too. He's not a solid color.
It's like a ruddy brown.
Yes. His eyes are a dull red, denoting of his age. You can feel like, especially near the edges, you can still see some of that brilliant red, but with age they dull a little bit, and these have started to dull. On top of that, he has horns, very different than his nephew. They are traditional, like you, and go back. Very legal. He's got black hair. He's got like a little bit of a goatee. But it's not like pointed to denote him evil. It is rounded.
Okay. As long as it's not pointed, we're good.
Mm-hmm. And he immediately stands up and goes, "Gods damn it, Backrith! I said nobody is to see me." And Backrith immediately responds, "And this is nobody." I am so sorry you have to deal with this. I will see you, since you are here. Your friends as well. Backrith, please leave now, and I will deal with you later.
Yeah, we kind of broke the letter of the law there.
The spirit.
I'm sure he was encouraging the whole time.
He certainly was.
He about faces and walks out. I'm done. And he does close the door behind him. You are alone in this room. By the way, big ass carpet, plenty of seats and chairs. This is
Cool.
a nice, welcoming environment and very well lit. Beautiful day, lights coming in. Manner. He comes around to the front of his desk. There is much more of a seating arrangement in front of it, kind of like the Oval Office, where you have the desk and then like some couches. He takes a seat in an armchair and gestures for you to sit at the couches and stuff. I don't have much time, so I hope you have something important. And I once again apologize for my attache's tricks.
Yeah.
He's an odd one.
We'll try to make it quick. We do have some personal business as well as some very important official business, empire business that we'd like to discuss with you.
Very well.
I'll start with a quick history lesson. And Sparky gives the whole spiel about the first emperor and his two sons, blah, blah, blah.
You're getting really good about this at this point.
Don't worry, everyone makes that mistake.
Eventually, the information will outpace
Ty?
us.
Actually, real quick.
Oh.
Does he know?
He doesn't.
Oh. One of these days, someone's gonna know.
A couple people did, like physics did.
Yes.
Physics
Well,
doesn't
physics,
count.
is an
outlier.
special case.
Physics is an exception to literally every rule.
I tell you all this because Ty has returned and has begun raising an army. We have met him firsthand and seen his power, as well as stopped at least part of his plans, reviving his fellow Cicatrix Manus.
At least for now.
For now. And we are on a mission to let every king's rep that we meet along the way to the capital to let them know of the situation. We have various sources to back this up, as well as there will be
There's a jar.
there is a captain. He's a captain, yeah.
Yes, he is.
Right now, he's
There's a Captain
Soon to be
Jenkins
Emperor.
that should be on his way through town eventually that has the most solid proof of all of it. However, some proof we can't offer. Elizabeth has received word of this from 3 other auxiliary guilds as well.
Mm-hmm. He's paying deep attention and stuff.
But that is basically it. We were warning all the king's reps so that they may prepare and understand the situation.
And so that if they notice anything strange in their town, they can take note and make sure that Ty's not doing what he did in Richmond.
Describe the cult tattoos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You actually met a few of his followers outside of your town. About half of a day's travel.
Roughly
and a
a
half.
day.
Roughly
And
a
half
half.
travel outside your town. They sacrificed some bandits to summon a demon?
Demon.
Dav.
Demon.
We all look
It
at
was a
Darwin.
demon. It was a
He was
demon.
a demon.
Summon a demon.
Grab hands.
There should be
I am familiar with him. And have you taken care of it?
Yeah, it's
No,
gone.
Yes, we have. We just basically want to let everyone know that.
The King's
What's gone?
Arms was cleaning it up.
Oh, I'll expect the report then.
But I think that's all the official business we have.
Alright, this is good to know. I will make sure our walls are secured and we have our patrols. And I'll get in word with individuals I know and see what other information I can pull.
Be especially on the lookout for any kind of undead activity.
As well as anybody with dark circles in
Yeah.
their eyes.
Understandable. We'll figure.
Are we planning to talk to Delilah too?
Yes, but the appointment is for tomorrow. Itch.
Right. I was
Maybe.
just going to tell him that we were going to tell her.
Fair point. Do you want to tell her? Sure.
We're also going to make sure we talk to Delilah.
That's good.
Tell her the same we just told you.
She'll be particularly interested in same with the rest of the temples.
Right.
An undead army is something they specialize in.
I hate to
Yeah,
ask,
this seems like it would be a
Holy
good
man's
place to take a stand.
is there any way you could speed up this meeting? This is rather important information.
I can see that it is. I'll send word to Delilah herself. If you said Elizabeth is also reaching out to her,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll make her the point of contact. My note will reach her today. Hopefully you'll have a meeting by tomorrow.
Very well.
Right.
As well as we have the personal matter we'd like to discuss. Darwin?
Speaking of undead.
So back in it was Stubburn, right? Or was it?
No,
Zok?
it was.
It was in
It
Zok.
was Zok.
Yeah.
It was way.
Yep.
So back in Zok, on our travels, I happened to meet a nice man by the name of Cleaver.
Are you okay?
No, he killed me.
Again.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm fine. Nothing bad happened. He was certainly a hard man to get along with, but I perfectly well understand why. And I would never hold that against him.
He takes our protection to high levels, but also to street levels. He can be hard to work with at times, but he is good and he's in the right place.
And he referred me to you to ask about something specific. I heard that there was an undead
Hmm?
found in this city. Do I remember when it was?
It was several decades ago.
Okay. Yeah, several decades ago. That was a rather interesting case. If you remember anything about that.
Possibly. It does ring a bell or two. It would have been during the time of my father's reign. He kept meticulous journals and diaries and studied them. This reminds me of one of his entries.
Is there any chance that we could see this?
My father's journals are an incredibly personal matter. They're not purview for just anybody, as it is family. I would need a little bit more convincing before I would let access to such things.
Is there anyone else in this room? besides
Just him.
It's just us and him, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm going to. You hear from telephone by
Yeah,
Janet.
by telephone.
He's got a fiend in his service. I feel like he's safe.
Well, at the very least, not easily surprised.
Yeah, I'm going to grab my mask and pull it to the side.
As you grab your mask, he goes, "You don't have to. I've already been able to see."
May I ask how?
He blinks his eyes and you can see them glow a little bit. And
Similar to.
different kind of glow.
Because you see, this
I
is
am
something
certain-
that most people can't see through.
It isn't. I'm not seeing it through any magic. I'm seeing through your clothes.
He's got X-ray vision.
Immediately just go.
He's a pervert.
Why is
a
Gilbert covering the
pervert.
top?
By the way, that's quite a lot of bugs.
Be comedic.
That's quite a lot of bugs, so they won't tamed.
The best.
A bee buzzes over to Vanya and gets some.
And you see it blinks again and the glow goes down. That was an
That's
Out
what-
of your underwear.
That's one way to cheat that
Yeah.
amulet.
Doesn't
Just
bug you,
X-ray.
Walk
Yeah.
around in your
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
That's ghostly gaze. It's an invocation.
That said, if you X-ray hard enough, everyone's just a skeleton.
Yeah.
You didn't have to look too deep.
No, I know. Also, most people don't have bugs in them.
You know?
I said most.
I'll be right back.
The ones I have are the ones I ate. Not yours.
I was going to say.
Sorry, I'm just getting the spell, but I just want to know if there's things.
This is easier.
Spells.
Yes or no. Yes or no.
We can talk ourselves through this.
Hand it back to me when it's time.
Let's not cast.
Just keep the card.
What is his first name?
time.
Cast charm person.
On Sparky.
I cast charm person on Sparky.
Gligorus. He would have mentioned that. My full name is Lord Gligorus Balanced Bathrite.
How do you spell?
Bathright?
Bandrith. Sorry, Bandrith. Gligorus is Gregoris. Gligorus.
Middle name?
More like moniker, similar to Cleaver, who's the other guy? Shit. Beaker. Balanced. You've met my attaché, Baracus Disciplined Boneraker. I assume you've seen through his guys.
Yes, and I have
Questions.
How? Why?
Oh, he's just the worst investment I ever made. He got in trouble. He reported to Mammon, my lord. And he offered him to me for a paltry sum in order to hopefully build some humility, but more likely as a funny punishment. So I bought his contract off Mammon, and now he's mine until I say so.
He does not like it here.
No, he does not. But he also let a lot of devils down during an assault, then denied that he had anything to do with it, and various other crimes against the Blood War, and deserves worse than what he's getting.
What is the Blood War? The Empire versus the...
Yeah.
It's the devils versus demons.
Okay.
Ah.
He screwed up bad in the Blood War.
This
and
is his punishment.
This is his punishment.
He got sold to this guy.
Mammon, by the way, cares about gold, gold alone, and gold. That's all he cares about. He even over souls.
Gold alone.
Yeah. I'm a follower of Mammon, and so I was given the right to purchase him. I did so for half a copper piece.
Oh, he was
Wow.
bitter about that, isn't he?
Oh, I'm sure.
What happened to the other half?
I threw it in the river Styx. I think Lemma ate it.
That's funny.
It brings a smile to my face periodically.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's here. And he will be here for a very long time. Nonetheless. Yes, I can see through your clothes and I know you're a skeleton.
And you still need more to convince him?
No, I just wanted to make sure you were willing to commit.
That's not even the whole story. There's still more.
I do know of the passage that would be most interest to you. Those few pages. Where you helped an individual similar to yourself. I got word of this when Cleaver sent me a message.
Yeah, that tracks.
I'll let you know. What I'm most in need of right now is some help. And I would prefer to make a trade than charity.
What kind of help? I can't rightly accept before I know it, especially seeing as it would involve my friends here.
I am nothing but transparent.
I look at him, I squint.
He looks at you,
Fades a
you're
little bit and you can
transparent.
kind of see through him.
He's dying, oh no!
I'm sorry, that was an illusion, but thank you. As he
He
like
walks out
waves
of
his
a closet.
hand. No. My grandchildren love them. There's a town a few days' travel to the south named Landover. Literally Landover.
It's not on.
It's not on that, no.
Damn.
Too small of a town.
Is it
It's against the lake.
like
So,
over here?
yep, right over at there.
Cool. I'm just gonna pull up
Is
mine.
it one word or two words?
One word.
It's under the G.
Cool. I've been getting reports for about a week now that from the fishermen that go that deep into the waters and then come back. The town itself seems to be a ghost town. And that wouldn't be too much of a worry. It's not a large town and there's only a few families there, plus the fishery. But there's also an ominous purple glow emanating from it.
I
Well,
love
that's not
purple.
good.
It's I love purple.
I bet it is beautiful. I just hope it's not deadly.
The evil kind of purple, presumably.
Do you have purple hair?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I totally forgot that. I thought you had brown hair.
I forgot that as well. Just purple all around.
There's a lot of purple, yeah.
I have not heard good things. I see apparently no activity, the fisheries doors are closed, and I have an unconfirmed, as the captain himself was not sober at the time, but for mostly reliable, that from his perch he was able to see some bodies on the ground. But I can't fully trust his word. I need someone to go there and check it out. And more than that, for I have a suspicion about these things. I need you to solve whatever's going on there.
You know what can you tell us your suspicion?
Nothing good, but nothing exact. This doesn't feel natural. A fire, a wave, for a grave, or anything like that. We've dealt with those. Floods and such. This is not a natural disaster. The town is small, but there are good people there, and they are technically under my domain. I would like to have this taken care of quickly, and I would like to limit the risk of any of my soldiers as much as possible. Knowing that you were on your way, I felt this was a fitting trade.
Have you sent this to any of the guild hall?
Not yet. I would like to keep this personal and close in case it is of the worst order. You have to understand, tieflings in this empire have been targeted before, and this has bred resentment for centuries. Some of our kind, like myself, embrace our heritage, but do not follow its teachings to the letter. Others dive further. And whether because of anger, resentment, uncertainty, or drive for power, some of my kind do themselves fall to hellish cults, seeking to bypass the natural orders, selling their souls for power unreachable to them. It is not a good look when my own kind seeks to re-establish the devil cults. If that is what's going on here, I need it eliminated in its entirety and quickly and thoroughly.
So, if we do accept, you wouldn't want us bringing back the leader of this, the person responsible?
No. No, I don't want to know anything about them. I want to know what's done.
What about?
I don't care for any of their reasonings or justifications. If they want to do what they are doing, if that is true what's going on, they have forfeited their souls already.
I'm gonna message in.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think that sounds fair? Because this is. It sounds like a fairly big job for a reward for me. I don't want to accept without all your opinions.
I telephone the other two.
Yeah.
I really want to just accept. I just.
What?
I'm like, never mind.
Bunny's like, yeah, we'll do it.
I am like this close to just saying, like, yeah, that's fine.
It is to telephone. Like, this is something that may help you cure your condition. I believe I speak for a lot of us when we say that it is that we will help you.
It might also be Thai.
That's true.
It might be your problem already.
I wish I had
Regardless,
more.
we need money. Because we want to buy more things.
Yes.
Ethereum is purple.
Should
Game
we
is
ask
green.
for a little bit on top, or hope that the cultists have some
In
on
its
them?
crystalline form, it
Which
is
I'm
a
sure they will.
like
Oh, no, we'll
forest
give them
green,
stuff
like
for
a
the
darker
cultists.
green.
Every other cultist
When
has.
powderized, which is actually the form
Sure.
it's used
And they'll
in,
probably have some kind of
when
magic.
added to inks or
Alright.
other various metals to make
Honestly,
ethereal
it's,
or-
honestly
or-
it's, well, it's a
I,
winner.
I missed
it's
a
powderized
bombshell
green. It's
or
actually
something.
mostly white
There's a
with flecks of
town.
green.
That's what I was
Strange
thinking. It was
things, everyone's
white
gone.
with, like, an outline
Who
of
knows
purple
why?
and
People are
glowing
dead
purple.
in
Weird
theory or
purple.
disappeared.
Well,
There's purple.
The
He wants
catalyst
us to
that
take care of
Tanner
it in exchange
has
for
is
helping them.
a mild
Because
purple
he
But-
file
but-
kind of way.
It doesn't glow though.
He doesn't want to know. He just
Haters'
wants
eyes
to
are
know
also
it's.
purple now.
Deal with it thoroughly.
Haters' eyes are
Never
also
talk
Yeah.
about it again.
But they've
Possible-
been around for a while.
Devil worshipping tieflings, which hurts tieflings as a
He
whole.
thinks it might be devil cults. It might also
Could be
Thai.
demon cults.
Also, if there's any Ethereum,
Yes.
We
it's
don't.
all on the
He
hush
doesn't
hush.
wanna know.
Yeah, he doesn't want
He
to
doesn't
know.
wanna know.
He just
It's
wants to know
ours.
they're gone.
So if it's not a tiefling, that's the cause. Would you want to know?
Certainly, yes.
He doesn't.
No, if it is a cult, deal with it. Let me know what it was. But I don't need any souvenirs. But if it's anything else, especially something that could threaten my people, I would like to know so I can prepare against it.
I'm terribly sorry, but if you could give us a second to talk it over.
Please, you may have my study. And he.
Yes!
Okay.
Love Captain.
Right, so what do you think? We talked over it a little bit, but I would like to hear everyone's
From
opinion.
the other half of the group.
Yeah.
I will say a little hole opened just below him. That like he's sitting in an armchair and just everywhere he's touching the armchair opened, and he just went whoa.
I love it. I love it so much.
That's what happened to me. Beside the point.
He probably landed better than you did.
Is he the one that summoned you?
No.
No, not him.
He looks better fed.
Anyway. So, I'm of the opinion we should go through with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Was that a question?
Same, I'm biased though.
Yeah, but we
I just
we should make
wanted
sure
to
we're
make
all
sure.
on the same page.
Because this is A Darwin quest. This is for a Darwin reward. I'm sure we'll get other things from the cultists, whatever they have, that nobody will ever question our taking of. But I just wanted to make sure. This is a group decision.
I think this is far less of a Darwin quest and more just a town that needs help.
Yeah.
I feel like we'd have gone and done this regardless of your state.
Yeah, we kind of
Probably.
just end up doing things.
We tend to find ourselves in trouble whether
Yeah.
we look for it or not.
I just didn't feel right accepting a quest with a reward specifically for me.
Also, if you keep disappearing to the hills, that'll be a problem.
Yeah.
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 All right.
I knock on
I
his
don't
desk.
know how to continue this conversation now.
I want you to take that, and
No, that's a good call.
you hear a door open, and it's the door to the study.
He just walked right in.
And he goes, "Have you finished?"
Yep.
How did he land?
Perfectly.
Alright.
Did he walk back in with the chair?
Oh no, he just
fell
dropped through the
through.
chair.
Okay.
We thought the chair went with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, that would have been
I
fun.
So
didn't.
imagine he landed in the floor below, like this little pose. It's like, yes, perfect again.
There's a maid in there dusting. She's again.
So
Why do you just let them in your study?
we've talked it over a little bit, and
He goes back to his chair.
we accept your request. Consider it done.
Thank you.
Since it's done.
I'll take the book now. We never speak of it again.
I will send word to Elizabeth Shorewaver. I'll have a map, a fastest way there, over the land, and if you want, I'm sure a boat can take you as well.
No, don't worry about it.
Would a boat be faster?
It depends what boat. Some could, some not.
Could have had our swan.
Swan boat, I think, is the fastest option.
Ooh.
Because it goes really fast. It powers
Oh, does
itself.
it? Cool.
Yeah. You could probably make it in a day's time if you rush. You might have to buy some extra horses. I will compensate you for such after you've returned.
Alright.
If you return.
I will also send word now that I just need to make sure this is an action. Oh, it's now an action. I'll also send word over to Delilah. You can meet her first thing in the morning tomorrow. Now that you're doing a favor for me, I'll make sure the appointment goes through.
Very well.
Like a
I
calendar.
appreciate it.
We will likely send. Never mind. It's a few days travel out. Yeah.
It's about a day if you rush.
It's a day if we push it.
How far can Frank go?
You can go a ways. I'll do the math.
50 miles or something?
We were
Yeah,
halfway to
it's-
Zoc and sent him back to Cantus.
Mhm.
Okay, so Frank could make that journey.
Yeah.
We do have a messenger if
Then
we do
he-
run into a problem or if we do find the solution easily. We'll send it to you as soon as that happens.
I appreciate it. But please, after you're done, come back to me. I'd like to hear it firsthand as well.
Of
But
course.
I'd also like the reassurance it's done.
Of course.
Now for Delilah, and he takes his rod and just, and you see a hole open in the middle, and out flying through out of it is a red, tiny little monkey-like object with tiny horns, a scorpion's tail and wings, and it just flapping in place, and the circle closes. Ezekiel, and it flies around. He goes, "Fucking what?"
Yes! This is how it's done!
I will not hesitate to kill you. Go tell Delilah. The Pack Magica has an appointment with them at 8 a.m. He pulls off a salute and just yes, sure, and flies over to the window and just breaks through it. I work with assholes.
You really do.
I mean,
And you just
I
see
thought-
him wave his hand and it heals itself.
I thought we were bad.
Everyone around.
I mean, they are devils. I don't know what you expected.
Oh no, they can be cordial. You just have to be powerful.
Can be.
Yeah. Anyway, nonetheless, Hold on, let me mark off a spell slot real quick. There we go.
He was an imp, right?
Yeah, that was an imp.
Just checking for notes.
Mm-hmm. You immediately recognized him as an imp. They are the second lowest form that you can be as a devil. The lowest form being a lemur.
Yeah.
Literally a ball of blind flesh that is used as a roadblock. Just like send the way.
The speed bump.
Yep.
What's your job? You're a speed bump, Jimmy.
Oh my god.
What I've always wanted.
That's the form you get if you never made a pact or anything, but with law for evil, you show up on the shores of the Liver Styx as that. And if you do a really good job, you can maybe be promoted to an imp. Yeah. Alright. Thank you for your help. I hope to hear back from you soon.
We are sorry for bothering you once again.
No, this was truly important. I'm glad you were able to see through his ruse. I'll have to be careful with my wording next time.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna find a way around. However,
Yes, he will.
Right.
And I will punish him again, and he'll find a way out of that as well.
Yeah, in this arms race, I don't think it's worth it.
There's other benefits too.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be okay with you if I give him half a piece of copper?
No, he's sensitive to copper. And if he acts out, I do have to fully reprimand him, and I'd rather keep my butler. He is, regardless of his terribleness, quite good at his job.
Damn, that would have been funny.
I tried to give him so much more than he was worth.
According to him, so much under what he's worth.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, if you need anything before you head out tomorrow, let me know via messenger, if you can. I'll leave a window open.
All right.
And
I can't break windows.
we don't have a lot of magical items in this town. There's a few shops here and there, mostly antiquities from the Hells. I'm sure you can probably find something, but it might take you a bit. And it'll probably be worth it to do it after you come back, given the time-sensitive nature of this.
Do you know anywhere we can get weapons for paladins?
I'm sure the armories of most of the temples have stuff for their warriors and such.
Right.
They might be hesitant to give it out if you don't belong to their sect.
I highly doubt Ishmael has any weaponry.
Ishmael?
Yeah.
Wow. Very rare.
Well, let's just say before I met Ishmael, I was destined for a furnace.
Tiamat does pull a heavy toll.
Yeah, but she's a right bitch, ain't she?
I keep on diplomatic relationships with her.
Tell her Gunmar said, fuck you.
Maybe don't.
Tell her I said I live, bitch.
Maybe don't. We don't need more people paying attention to it.
Just a giant dragon claw.
Fuck you, you don't have domain over me anymore.
Let me just fix this.
Yeah, right?
I will say she's one to hold a grudge.
Yeah, I would.
I'm fully aware. Was a follower.
Let's not tempt a god yet. We're already doing one.
Nonetheless, I will make sure the Hells are well aware, and I can pull some strings to get some more information about this tide.
What?
God versus God.
There's so many gods paying attention to us. If it is some sort of devil cult, any advice you can give us about how to deal with them? Aside from Darwin, we don't really know a ton about that sort of thing.
The leaders will have more power. Attack them first. Some of them can sacrifice their followers to gain more power. So, if you take them out, the fledglings won't be much issue. If you're as strong as Cleaver mentioned, given that your history with the guild as well, if it is truly a cult, I don't think you'll have any issue. It's more about being thorough than anything else. Check every corner, every hiding place. Should one cultist live, they can rebuild the cult. Any iconography you find, destroy. Preferably in holiness and radiance.
My specialty.
We just put it all in one pile and cast ceremony.
That could work. But yes, you want to get everything you can. It'll be more of a tedious job for someone's at your level than anything else. If it's anything else, though, and it very well could be, watch your step.
Alright.
Please act fast. I hope to hear from you soon.
Will do.
He stands up and I'll show you to my study store. I actually have much work to get to. Brachus will take you out.
Alright then.
He goes to his door and holds it open. And as you walk out, Brachus is standing there on the other side of the hallway, gleaming to himself.
You look mighty pleased with yourself.
Take them to the front door immediately and escort them out. And he just goes. It just nods. Farewell. And let me know when you return. And he goes and closes the door, and Brachus starts leading you down the hallway in a much more direct route. So, you get to the front door, Brachus opens it and says, I hope you never come back.
Oh, we'll be back.
Yep.
Just for you.
You get to see us more.
Beautiful. Good evening, nobody.
Good evening, Brachus?
Broccoli. Broccoli.
Do I have any idea if that's his true name or not?
You have a pretty good certainty that no, that's
Okay.
not
There's
his
no
true name.
way.
Yeah.
No. Brachus is...
I was also kind of thinking, like, maybe he's lost all rights.
Oh, that would be it. Oh, that would be funny.
Hopefully we can help you annoy him a little bit more in the future, too.
I appreciate that. Now fuck off. And he closes the door. And you're now outside this beautiful mansion. Very nice brick and limestone work. Filigrees everywhere. Incredibly busy with businesses and people. The Tiefling District Crossroads. They can lean into the theming sometimes. The Crossroads is the hip and happening place. But you're free to do what you want.
Let's visit the Ishmael Temple.
Cool. I'm going to call it 3 p.m.
Cool.
Which feels a little long, but that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, we can talk to Ishmael tonight. We talk to Delilah tomorrow, and then probably head straight to Landover.
The thing?
Yeah.
Landover is the name
Ah,
of the town.
I heard landowner and was confused.
That's what happens when you swallow half a word.
I don't see anything. You guys,
Can you please,
takes you no time
can
at
you
all.
Please offer gates from Joe.
Do you want some share? No. Fuck you.
She did offer.
You guys head to the main curve, take a left, go straight down to the pier. Interestingly, it's not 3 o'clock. Fishermen are starting to come in. They've probably been out there for 10, 12 hours, some of them. And so the first ones are coming in and bringing in their catches of the day. And so they're coming in, and you notice a lot of the fishermen are tieflings.
Crazy.
Huh, good guess.
Seems to be they make up the majority of the workforce. They're not exclusively. They're all different kinds of people, humans, orcs, and different things. But for the most part, this is very much a tiefling-centric job in this town. So, this time you make a right. You go all the way down, and you don't need to make a check. Since you're a paladin of them especially, the cracked helm is on a makeshift driftwood sign, hanging by a single rusted chain over a branch that looks to be found intact into place, that denotes that this small warehouse is a temple of Ishmael.
Alright.
The temple itself is about half the size of the warehouse that the guild was in, the pier. You can see it does have written in faded paint, just make it actually really hard to read, the Temple of Ishmael. It does have a much better, clearer sign next to the door saying, all are welcome, any can come. It does have windows. They're clean-ish, but they seem to be letting some light in.
Cloudy?
Yeah.
How cold?
Very much so. The roof looks to have seen better days. Definitely some repair jobs that are mismatched. Definitely not tile matched. A lot of the roof is tarred ship planking. Not ship planking. That's such fucking expensive. Lap planking. So it's just long, rough cut boards that have been tarred in between. But they're not treated wood, and so they rot in place, and just a board is placed over, they're tarred again, and it's like a patchwork quilt of a roof. The door is there, and it is actually propped open. It does swing inward. Propped open with like a piece of like brick.
Alright. Gunmar will walk in. With the helmet off.
Mm-hmm.
And the symbol on full display.
Okay. As you walk in, you see several things. Firstly, you see beds. These are cots all along the middle of this place. Head to head, but with spaces in between. There's a lot of fishermen and other individuals on these cots. A lot of them have bandaged wounds and such. It can be a really dangerous job fishing. You can see that there are people with fully bandaged hands because they probably lost some fingers. And unfortunately, regeneration is an expensive and high-level magic. So those kind of things where you lose fingers and stuff, there's not a lot they can do but heal the wounds. And cover and repair them as best. You can see there's a couple places, there's a corner off to the side, directly if you go, as you go in, you're basically in the far right corner. Go in, take a left. There's a small little alcove there. There seem to be some children playing with an old person watching them. It's kind of like a daycare. There are the beds of the sick. And as you turn and look down the aisleway, you can see that the right side is sectioned off into much more rooms of sick, elderly individuals going through and recovering from illnesses of various kinds, rashes, some severe, some not. And you can see there are about 5 clerics in here. It's hard to tell who's in charge. They're all tending people and all busy doing things. There's one that's probably not in charge. She looks much, much younger. She's picking up bandages and bringing bandages to new places and stuff like that. She seems to be just going and doing... No, it's not busy work, obviously, because this is important stuff, but like, it's getting stuff ready for somebody else to help a person.
Yeah.
No, they notice you come in and just like nod and one shouts, just like, pick a cot, we'll be right with you.
Gunmar will just kind of have the holy symbol. It's like, I'm not sick. We are...
Are you hungry? We have food as well.
It's been a hot minute since I've seen followers of Ishmael.
Yeah, there's a few of us.
Would you like some assistance? As a paladin, I believe my lay of hands would be quite useful with the sick, particularly.
It would we, but I'm sorry, we don't have any money to pay the other temples.
I am not part of any other temple. I am part of Ishmael. I am a paladin of Ishmael.
At which point, like, 3 of them turn and just go like, "You're what?"
You what, mate?
You fucking what?
You what, mate?
That's one of the guys with the constant 8-foot bugbear.
Just
I know it is a bit hard to believe, but
Here,
I can prove it if you would like.
Sure, let's get the mother first.
We're all just kind of milling about over to the side.
I've mentioned this before, but there are several levels to this, but fundamentally, especially in Ishmael temples, you're going to deal with 3 levels of the hierarchy of religions.
Yeah.
Acolytes, they are the trainees.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters, they're the ones who kind of manage this. You feel like the 3 people you were talking to were brothers and sisters. They happen to be one brother, two sisters.
Neat.
The one running around is an acolyte.
Neat.
The one in back, who's now coming over, she's a mother, which puts her at a different higher level. They are known as heads of temples, usually, but in a major city like this, they might just be in charge of a department, and there are higher levels than them. Hi.
Drum mother.
You are looking at a shucks, because I haven't made this character yet, so
Oh no.
I'm gonna say
I mean,
no.
Tiefling's not a bad call.
Tiefling's not a bad call, but I know what
It's
I
a
wanted.
dragonborn.
And he recognizes you.
She's
And she.
It's a girl.
She is a full-blooded orc.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, standing about 7'2".
Fuck.
As a full-blooded orc, she's actually a little small for her size. She's wearing very clean clothes, very clinical, kind of like a medieval form of scrubs. You can tell that she was literally probably just doing something, and she comes over and she's like patting down her hair and stuff like that. These big curly dreads are just like getting her out of her face.
Yes.
And she comes over like, greetings.
Drum mother.
I'm Gloomish, named for my previous god.
Pleasure to meet you. I am Gunmar.
Good to meet you. I've heard stories of paladins of Ishmael, but there are few far between, and I've never met one myself.
I understand that. Do you like me?
Demonstrate for me. Yeah.
Is there like a sick kid?
I mean, there are.
There's a sick lots of people.
She was actually taking you to the nearest person, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, if you want a kid, we can make it a kid.
Yeah, kid. One that looks like
Child, please.
most kind of resembling Bullar, because that's the one he would like more gravitate towards helping.
Okay. Third.
Any lizard folk kids, maybe?
Not a.
If there aren't dragonborn?
Bullar is a human.
They might be.
Oh, Bullar's human. I forget.
Bullock's is human, yes.
Yeah. My bad.
3 doors down. Doors. These are like
Cots.
little cup. Yeah, one of the walls has like little cubbies that are like for really sick individuals. They have like privacy screens and stuff. Basically, the floor is for people that have physical injuries like cure wounds, healing word. Hey, you're not bleeding, you're not dying. Rest up for the day. The people who have diseases and such are to the side. Separate as best they can, but you can't fully quarantine at this small of a place.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a small kid there. You can see a very tired mother next to her. He is pale and yet covered in sweat. He's raggedly breathing. His eyes are closed. He doesn't seem to be conscious. This young one has caught a really bad case of, I was about to say scarlet fever, which would work perfectly for this, but
My brain also went to scarlet fever.
scarlet
Plague.
fever.
Pneumonia of some variety.
Yeah, basically. We'll go with scarlet fever for now. He's got a bad case of scarlet fever. Too young to really fight it off too much. We could cure it,
When it comes back.
especially.
A friend of mine, another cleric of Ishmael, Fletcher in Richmond, taught me a little trick.
Show me.
I do the thing. 3 lay on hands.
It's 4.
4 lay on
Anything
hands.
under 5, basically. But 4 would give the closest without
Or will
curing.
help him the most while
Yeah.
still leaving the immunity.
Yeah.
Or building immunity.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop.
And you can see just the ragged breathing almost subsides instantly, and color starts coming back to his face, and he starts breathing far more regularly, and just he now looks like he's just sleeping, like calmly, even breaths.
Bit of a sniffle yet.
It's pretty impressive. He might be asleep for a couple more days. That takes it out of a person,
Yeah.
but I recognize that. All right. A paladin of Ishmael.
Indeed. I'm surprised.
Congratulations.
Trust me, I'm as surprised as you are.
All right. So what can we So what can we help the Chosen One with today?
The chosen one's the chosen one seeks to help you.
All right. Well, we got plenty of
First and foremost.
All right. Well, Sick can go first. As you know, if you can do that lay on hands trick, we have at least 7 others.
I should have enough. Hopefully.
That would be 28 points.
I have enough.
How many do you have?
35.
5 times our level.
But you just spent 4, so you have 31.
I have 31.
Yep.
I have enough.
But you need
Barely
28,
enough.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Knock off 28 as you spend the next half hour going to different individuals. Most of them old, actually. The children are pretty well taken care of in this town.
It's the old people that no one gives a shit.
It's more just they're more susceptible
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
We-
Gunmar will noticeably just heal the children first.
As you're walking, she explains, we help anyone regardless. By Empire law, they have to charge something, the clerics, and very few exemptions are granted to that. We are one of the orders allowed. There's a few other ones out there, but their beds are full. We take overflow here. And also individuals that may not be welcomed in those temples, and others that are on the wrong side of the law, and other people that are just trying to get away from things. Not everyone here has been welcomed. So we help all that come in.
Admirable. I'm liking this religion more and more.
Well, that's what we're here for. More importantly, though, or additionally, we also have a rehab house. A few doors down, it's smaller than this, a shack granted to us by a captain who we helped. The rent's fair, and we take in individuals there who are addicted to various drugs and such, and help them where we can. Something only our order really does. But yeah, you came to help, and you help you did. Is there anything else we can do?
What I'm about to ask, I want to be made very clear that I did not come here for this. And it's just, I'm here, I might as well ask. In a couple, tomorrow, yes?
Tomorrow.
What, we don't know what you're referencing.
We've just been hanging out in a corner chatting to each other for half an hour.
I'll say you would fall in hand
Tomorrow
as well,
was,
if you wanted to.
We were going
Well,
on
we
a quest.
were in the building,
Landover,
but
yeah.
we're not following him to each bed.
You could, like, not bedside, but like they're little cubbies.
Okay.
So like you could be outside of them.
Tomorrow we go on a quest. There may be undead there,
Mm-hmm.
or those of fiendish origin. Is there any equipment that I may borrow?
You might have something. We have, there's a couple of relics from Ishmael's old days that survived when the redemption happened. Their nature was fundamentally changed, but most broke. Some survived, though. I think we have 1 or 2. I can go check the safe.
Thank you.
Be right back. Because I know the item that I'm going to offer you, but I forget its name.
The Sword of Cass.
Nope.
Makes me think of the Orphan of Kos.
Oh, no, please don't give me that guy. No. I'd rather not get sliced to oblivion by a guy wielding his fucking umbilical cord.
Sorry.
What?
The Orphan of Cass is a boss in Bloodborne.
Oh.
Who beats the shit out of you with a bladed umbilical cord.
Yeah, that game was off the wall at points.
Yeah.
See, like Dark Souls isn't.
Yeah.
Dark Souls
What did I just come into?
The Orphan of Cass, Bloodborne.
Oh, Orphan of Cass, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that guy.
That's what I'm saying. It's a bit off the wall.
Yeah. It went from gothic horror to eldritch horror real fast.
Oh yeah, no, I love
It
that
was
about
Eldritch Horror pretty early.
Yeah, but
it. It started out gothic horror though.
It was Victorian.
Yeah.
The Vile Bloods is really where it goes gothic.
oh,
Well, because the architecture of that area is completely different from the
Mhm.
architecture of Yarnum.
So
Yarnum's very
I
Victorian.
played that game for 5 minutes before I realized I do not like
We're
fun
waiting for
software
Alex to look
games.
something up. Meanwhile, we're talking about Bloodborne.
I saw Jacksepticeye's playthrough on it. That's it.
I played it.
Yeah.
I also I should play it again.
Oh, hey,
that's good.
there are 2 items.
Ooh.
First is a amulet of the devout. It's another symbol,
Okay.
but it's obviously missing something. A stone in the center. We have one of these, but it can only be used if you insert your stone into it, and the benefit it gives you is determined by your stone and the good deeds you have done.
And then we'll like look at it. Suppose it's worth a shot.
Alright. Hands it over. It's a necklace. Simple on leather straps. But this emblem is rather nice, but it looks to be like an old war medal that the middle has been ripped out of. It's now tarnished and in place. You can see where like the metal is fatigued a little bit and there's some cracks. But there is a very clear like 4 or 6 prongs that you just push your stone in. And you will feel this warmth going through you, and just it starts to generate. Nothing visible is happening, but you can feel the power going through it. And you know that this would give you a +2 benefit to your spell modifier.
Cool.
So it's an amulet of the Vount with your rock, Smoothstone, a +2.
Nice.
And we have one more that's a little bit more harsh. It didn't fully convert, but it didn't fully break. So there are elements of old Ishmael in it. And still in its creation. Probably still useful. But we haven't found a good purpose for it in our newfound profession. Maybe you can use it though. And she brings out a flail. But the flail, the bottom of it, instead of being a spiked ball, is an iron ball with holes in it. And you can tell that this round ball is like an inch thick of iron, hollow inside. Say a word, and this will smolder any incense inside of it. While that incense is smoldering, which can happen all day. You get a little bit extra damage when you hit anybody. It's non-discriminatory. But it does have some of the new Ishmael in it. That smoke will heal you and your allies. For a little bit, not by much, but some.
Yeah.
He hands it over. It's heavy in your hand. And heavy emotionally too, as you can see now that the holes in it are jagged. And that's whereas the spikes had been ripped off by some massive force. And it's now been rubbed down and smoothed, but the holes themselves are jagged. Where the spikes were forcefully shoved off during its probably conversion.
So is it a flail or a mace?
It's a flail.
Okay. So like chain and shit.
Mm-hmm. Hard to wield. You would note it as a devotee's censer. Not sure if it's more powerful than anything you're wielding right now, but it's no use to us.
I thank you. And it's a devotee what?
Devotee's censer. C-E-N-S-E-R.
Let me know if you can't find it, because it should just be a standard
Devotee
message.
sensor.
There you go.
Nice. Huh. That's dope looking.
That's it. Oh, that's awesome.
Yo.
I will say the one you were wearing, so that has like nice little insets that they obviously carved out. These ones look a lot more jagged.
Like something was forcibly like.
Yep. As like it exploded from the inside, but only the spikes got the explosion and pushed them out.
Hell yeah.
I'll
Feel
figure
bad
it out.
for anyone nearby.
the holy frag grenade.
Happened once, and it was a couple hundred years ago. Several hundred years ago. I forget. I have to go look at my notes.
How do you think the lake got there?
But yeah, it doesn't. I think an extra 1d8 radiant damage on hit, which is kind of cool. But once a day, you can make the smoke go around you and heal your allies for 1d4.
Me.
Which I think is 1d4 per round for a little bit of time, for a minute. So it can really add up. You need to pack up some incense to make it work, but you'll have no trouble finding that in this town.
Thank you.
We import it by the ton.
I'll be sure to return separately to it.
I appreciate it, but if you can find use with that flare, you can keep it. But that amulet helps us periodically, so when you're done with it, we'll take it back.
In that case, Gunmar will take it.
Does you have an?
I have a.
Yeah.
I also have just a +2.
Mm-hmm.
So Gunmar will.
Well, it's additional, isn't it?
It's additional +2.
It's an additional.
So it adds to your spell modifier.
Yeah.
So your 2 hit and your saves add 2.
Yeah. Would that stack with the other amulet that I have? I'm assuming no.
What did the amulet do?
The amulet.
I have another amulet of the devote.
Oh, you already do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
You
the
can
last
only
time.
have one neck slot.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
That won't stack.
Well, another thing though is this one, because it's going off of your stone.
Yeah.
This one could become a +3 if you do a great enough, dude.
That's true.
It will grow with you.
Gunmar will go ahead and take off the other amulet that he just has.
The strike, the +2 one.
Yeah. Would this help in the meantime?
This is
Another +2.
No.
for them.
Yeah.
When they put their stones in, it was a +1. So this is an upgrade.
That is a +2. You said it was to help. That this is to help.
Yeah, we use it periodically in our health and our healing rituals, our bonuses. Just it helps us cure a little bit more with each casting.
You made this bad, Mackie. I'm not letting you.
Would you like to come?
This is the generous gift.
Sorry.
This is the generous gift. We'll take it. And anything else you can spare.
How do you feel about donations?
Leave an alms box at the top if you want to drop a coin or two as you leave. That's always appreciated.
What is the donation that you plan on making going to fit in the alms box?
It will fit in the alms box. We'll make it fit.
No, I'm only planning to put like 10 coins in there.
I have a fountain if you want to donate it.
Surprisingly, it also fits in the box.
But you can't get it out of the bag of holding, so I mean.
Oh,
Yeah. Moot point.
Alright. You stay safe on your quest. And if you're injured when you get back, come see us. We can help out.
I appreciate it. May each meal guide your path.
May your stone be ever smooth.
Thank you. And Gunmar will drop off 10 platinum coins in that box.
Appreciate it. That's a big donation for them. They can buy a lot of cloth and other things with that. Anybody else want to donate? It's just an alms box.
Mhm.
It has a little slot.
Sparky would have noticed it at some point during the 30 minutes he was healing people and dropped it over.
Just
Yeah.
make sure you knock it off and all that.
Boink.
I want to mark how much gold you guys give them.
I have a dope ass flail now.
None.
And a dope ass amulet.
I'm giving them a gold. You're giving them a gold.
Yep.
I'm throwing in 2.
It's 4. Nothing.
He's gotta save all his money for bread.
Anything, Vanya?
So we can give the bread to the
It's okay
poor.
if you don't.
The poor being Squark.
It's okay if I don't, but not him.
Oh, because
Because
he's
you
a
have a
prince
re-
and an asshole.
You're sending money home to your family.
I'll give 5.
Cool. Up to 9 plus the 100, of course.
I'll give 3.
112 it is.
Nice
I'll
round
shove a
number.
piece of bread in there.
Aww.
Gilmore will
Do
actually
we see
stop
him do
you.
this? Because I think we would all like to stop him.
I think he's like over it and like contemplating it, and you guys both go like, no.
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 Yes.
It's just the coin box. That's the bread box.
There is a place for food donations.
Oh.
Squark, it's over there.
It's over there.
There you go. I know that's a big deal for you. I'm so proud.
Is it like a loaf or like?
That's slice.
Some crumbs.
You have so you have so many
They're
croissants.
gonna be all stale.
You have a lot of croissants.
So?
That's actually okay because
Yeah, that's fine.
one of the things, if you remember at the
But
old
you can-
temple,
they can use it for
they
croissants.
they cast clear poison and disease on the food every day.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't improve flavor as much, but it does make it safe to eat.
I still have birthday bread. I'm gonna give them a piece of birthday bread.
Oh, that's gonna be disgusting.
I do. You,
Wasn't that already a brioche?
I'm gonna say.
I
Do
forgot
you
what
still
birthday-
have birthday bread, or do you have what used to be birthday bread?
You know what? I'll give them one of the scones I got in
You've been keeping some bread
Stew
in the
brain.
druid box so that it stays
no, I
fresh.
put the
Oh, you put something else in there.
ripper.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
bracelet.
yeah, you put that in
Like
there.
to think you keep a little bit of each kind of bread you get as a souvenir. So you just have this
Until they
disgusting
just
array in your
disintegrate?
bag.
I have
Horrible collection.
18 generic pastries, 3 sandwiches, 5 birthday bread, 4 scones.
Oh, you have sandwiches.
He
And
has
we're never gonna know what they smell like until he pulls them out of the bag.
6 just bread.
When he finishes his quest
Can
and goes
Squark
back
get
home,
inspiration
look at all the
for
bread I
tracking
got.
this bread?
Yeah,
He's
keeping track of it. I'll give you an.
Like I was already gonna give him inspiration for donating
Wait,
bread.
it's in your bag of holding.
Like
yeah?
a freaking Skyrim character.
You know what's gonna have?
There's no
Botulism.
air.
Yeah. Botulism's anaerobic, means
Yep.
no oxygen.
You can have botulism.
Botulinized bread.
That's why they purify it.
Ooh, bread
I'm glad Alex
inspiration.
has
Does that
to
mean it can't
figure
mold, can it?
botulism into the
It
game.
won't mold, but botulism does not need air. and
Botulism's worse.
Botulism's
much
so
worse.
much worse.
But it doesn't mold. You're right.
Cool.
It
They-
doesn't mold.
They have a couple week-old scones now.
There you go.
I just love that none of us thought about the fact that he wasn't eating all of the bread he was getting, and he was still getting so much more.
Look, if this is how Squark wants to play D&D.
I'm all for it. I love it.
I'm up for it.
Sparky will be continually worried about his physical health.
Yeah,
Eat a lot.
Squark's gonna get botulism.
Yeah.
Gave some to me.
That was a fresh one. That was a fresh scone. That was like
He
the
saved
day I
age
bought it.
stones for you.
Does the East Mule amulet requires attunement? Yeah.
Yes. Same
I
as
see
your.
you ruin
Yeah, but
all
it's the
this
same one
bread,
that you
and I
have,
just look
basically.
over at you.
Cool.
Hey, Squark.
I have to remove something from my attunement list.
Didn't you
Next
have
time we
the
sit down,
other
pull out all your
amulet?
bread. I think I can help you.
Yeah.
Then
you
you
don't have that
remove-
one anymore.
yeah,
then
you gave
put
them
another
that.
amulet on.
Next time we have
Yeah,
a table.
but for the flail,
Ah.
Oh, what do you got?
I have cloak of protection, shield of missile attraction, and those are the two that I will.
I mean, you can unattune to the shield and just use it as a shield.
yeah, you still get the plus
Yeah.
too.
I can use it as a shield. I can attract missiles.
Do you have an attunement slot?
Nope.
Do you want to?
I can.
I
What,
can't
what would
attune
you
to the
give
shield.
up? Because you would give up like.
If I
wood,
wasn't a
staff,
monk,
and-
I could
No, I
use
give
that and
up
have
the-
all the things come
Yeah,
at me and be
500.
like, no.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
And
That's
then
why
we'll
you can't
laugh.
use it.
That's why you're not allowed. You're banned.
I mean, I could use it.
You
I just
can use
wouldn't
a
get
shield.
the armor class.
I have
I
a
was a
shield. I got the
bear.
Sentinel
If
shield
I had
right
this
now.
the shield of
True.
missile attraction, and I was a bear,
You need 2
and the
hands.
shield is
I
a part of
do.
me, would
I'm
missiles
sure.
still be
I think
attracted to me?
Rangers might be able to
No.
use shields.
Tragic.
Do you need 2 hands?
You have medium.
Yeah, I have shields.
Yeah.
was
I
thinking-
don't have shields, and you probably don't have shields.
I have shields.
It's 9:30.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. This is basically after you guys finish your donations and walk out. You guys have the rest of the evening. You probably will eat dinner, or do a dinner thing. That way you can discuss the guild thing. But then
Yeah.
you're going to go to sleep, wake up, talk to Delilah, and then head on your way.
That's the plan.
I don't like how they call me chosen one.
That was
I'm
satirical.
Yeah, they were kind of. I can totally see it making Gunmar incredibly uncomfortable, though.
my
Yeah.
god calls me his chosen.
The Sardiark, are you chosen? Does it-
Sardiark doesn't call me anything.
My guy doesn't know I
Very-
exist.
All right. Okay.
Sardiark just looks at me in dreams.
We're half and half so far.
That has been like that's.
They literally just look at me.
You're technically the chosen one for your tribe.
I
We have a lot of chosen ones
less
here.
chosen and more last.
You're the chosen one that survived.
Leftover. Fuck.
So next week we'll probably have the in-game discussion of.
Were you the one
from
that
later.
survived because of your own skin?
Can I nominate
or
myself
skill?
or
Nope,
something?
he was knocked
Yes.
out
Yes.
first.
For inspiration.
Yeah, no,
We
I.
nominate Gunmar for inspiration.
So,
Oh yeah. Okay.
so basically, what happened is,
We've got people that killed the tribe.
yeah, no, we took care of them already, but I was the guard for my tribe. Because defender, and so I was the first one that ran into them when they were coming and being problematic, to put things lightly. And so I took a few arrows to go down because barbarian and arrow and bandits are scrubs.